Fuck. Well, that sucked. We are back, though. We'll be getting Bite Binge on here right now. Pull him out of here.
Your PC reset?
Yeah, it's totally gone. Yeah, it totally bitched out on me.
Oh, but you're live again. You're live now.
I am live, yes. You're about to be live as well. Yep, you're here also with me at this very moment. Can you talk? Just make sure that you're...
I can.
All right,
I can
good.
talk.
I gotta get
The
you
thing is,
louder.
we
Yep, there
had
you
this
go.
whole crew on this ship, and you just threw them all overboard.
I know, I feel bad, but
There's no safety vests on any of them. I think Rat Jacket drowned. I saw him. He fell overboard. He's like,
yeah, it's a damn shame.
And like an arm, and I'm like, there's space on this door with me, Rat Jacket. You can get on it. And he's like, no. Well, if I get on the door, we'll both sink. That's what Rat Jacket said to me.
Me trying to
I'm like,
show
okay.
Bush getting
And
hit
I
by
said,
that
okay.
shoe.
And I said, okay, Rat Jacket, you're right. There's the door is only big enough for Bite Binge. It's not big enough for Rat Jacket and Bite Binge. You know what I'm talking about? Because if you put too much weight on a door that's floating in the ocean, it could sink and you'll both die. Do you understand that? Do you understand one number one?
I understand.
Well,
We're
so
gonna
I
watch.
had.
We're
He
gonna watch
told
what we
me to
said.
live. Rat Jacket said, Bite Binge, I want you to live. Take the door for yourself. I need you to live. It's more important that Bite Binge continues on than for me, Rat Jacket. You should have the whole door for yourself. Would you do that for me? Would you give me the door?
I'd give you.
I like how he thinks it's funny. I like his take on that event was kind of amusing.
And it is.
If you want the facts, it's a size 10 shoe that he threw.
Yes, he's got to give that detail as well. It's a size 10.
Well, first off, he was spry to react that way. Plus, he was like amused by it after he dodged it. Like he's like, you realize
it's better than being
dodge.
offended by it, but yeah, that takes me back. That was a long time ago. We commented on that shit.
I like how the other guy tried to block it too. The other guy's like, what the fuck? He's like trying to block it.
Well, clearly everybody felt like it wasn't a threat. There was no like illusion that there was actually some kind of threat there. Back to the set. There we are.
Well, imagine what I imagine what's going through his is like, am I actually gonna have to dodge a shoe right now? He's like Tyler. There's a fucking guy throwing a shoe at me, and then he's like, what the? And he's like, okay, and he's like, oh, okay, yeah, you missed. Okay, yeah, you're throwing another one at me. I'm definitely ready for the second one. I was ready for the first one because I think the first one's the most likely one to hit him, right? I'm pretty sure he's on his guard after the first shoe throw, right?
Yeah. All right, on to our next topic. But first, let me just say someone should have thrown a fucking shoe at you. You stupid motherfucker.
Oh, because I need new shoes, right?
No, because
it would be nice.
That is what would be it would be a fitting insult. If someone
would be fitting is if someone threw a size 12 wide at me, and then I could grab them and say thank you and put them on.
You could, because it would make you feel
wide.
Well, I mean, I thought it was because, well, I don't know how. How do you feel about being wider than your shoe? And your shoe is called wide.
Man, well, sometimes I get 12 and a half, and it's okay because they're slightly wider. But they're slightly too big.
Are they the widest shoes you know?
They are the widest shoes I know. Every single one I buy is. And when I buy another one, that is the new widest shoe I know. Because I throw away the other one to make sure that
you just keep getting wider feet. Eventually, you're going to be like flat-footed Bigfoot going like sideways. People are going to be tracking your shoe prints. They're going to be so wide. They're going to be wider than they are long, so people will think that this giant Bigfoot is walking sideways, but in reality, it's just you with your wide ass feet fucking walking through the forest naked.
Well, at least I have my shoe though.
You have two shoes, yeah, big ones.
When I go to bed though, I
Wide
keep one
shoes.
shoe.
Wide
When I
shoes.
go to bed though, in my sleeping bag in the woods, I put one shoe on my left foot and the right shoe goes on my penis. Because I don't want my balls to freeze off at night.
Is it wide enough?
Yes.
Good.
I don't know if you know this, but penises generally are not as wide as human feet.
They're about the same from what I understand. I mean, I guess
I don't
everybody's
know
different,
what
but
kind of girth you're used to when you have it rammed up your ass, but when I do, it's not quite the same width.
I mean, it's, well, yep. All right, I don't have any comments about that.
You can't escalate from there.
I can't. No, I'm afraid not. Like,
Are we doing dumpster talk or not?
we are. Do you see this fucking picture of a skeleton?
Is it someone with
Florida
like a
shop owner
cleft lip?
Kimberly Shopper. Yes. Ha ha ha. Her name is Shopper. Her last name's
Not
fucking
funny,
Shopper.
people. Stop
And she's
laughing.
a fucking shop owner. It's her real name. It's her real name is Kimberly Shopper. SCHOPPER. With a shop. She's in Florida, of all places. She was arrested after she sold human bones and remains via the Facebook Marketplace application. She ran a curiosities business and was charged under laws governing the purchase or sale of human organs or tissue for the use in witchcraft. And investigators are still tracing where these particular humans' remains came from. And it is very similar to a previous case where someone put Etsy skeleton bits for sale online on the Etsy store. This
Yeah,
one here.
I bought some of our products because I needed some.
Did you get
for
the
my
toenails?
satanic rituals? No, I got the human penis because I needed to compare to make sure mine was as wide as I thought it was.
I thought, yeah, you were just saying it wasn't that wide. And so this one, well,
I
was
had
it?
to find out somehow,
Yeah,
right?
well, yeah, so you've got a dead man's penis. No wonder
Well,
you're
yeah.
fucking wrong about this issue. You are wrong, you realize.
No,
They
I found
are.
out I got one.
That your shoe
And I
size
held
is
it right up
related
next
to
mine
that.
to see.
It is. That's not a myth. It is.
By the
It
way,
is.
every human penis you buy from this woman, she gives a free 12.5 size shoe for free.
If you're a 12.5 size shoe, you shouldn't feel bad about the fucking thing not being a myth. Or else you're just trying to tell me that it is a myth. And that you fucking somehow got stunted. You got fucking left behind at the fucking shoe factory. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, there weren't shoe factories when I was born.
Oh,
didn't have
okay.
any.
All right, they didn't have them. That's what it was. All right. Well, anyway, this bitch fucking sold dead fucking body parts to people on Facebook, and now she's fucking in jail.
You know, people did that all the time. They sold them to colleges and stuff.
I know they've got cadavers and shit. You can do it legally, but she's got a witch shop, so it's not okay. That's kind of fucking biased,
Oh.
don't you think? Why don't you
So-
fucking... Well,
so
what
if you're
makes these
using-
fucking perverse-ass fucking science professors any different than this bitch?
Well, because the science professors are using anatomy books, and the satanic people are using the Necronomicon. There's a difference.
What is the difference exactly?
Well, the Necronomicon, you summon Meekmok the Indullible, and then he shows up and then he tells you all about his dick size and how it's bigger than any human dick.
See, I told
It's
you.
really annoying.
I told you. I told you the shoe size does matter. And Nick Mock knows what's going on.
But Meekmok's
He's the undullable. Undullable
He-
is what you
when he
said.
shows
God
up,
damn it.
you
Get
think
your
he's gonna,
demon
like-
name straight, bitch.
And when he shows up, all he wants to do is compare his penis to yours. That's all he wants to do.
That's his
You have
purpose in
summoned
hell.
me.
It's
You will compare your penis size to mine.
No, in hell, that's his job. If you summon him to
Yes.
Earth to do penis measurements,
I
he's
win
going to have
again.
nothing more than delight, because of course it's going to be even more humiliating than down in hell, where penises grow to 3 times their normal earthly size on everyone, even bitches. That's how it works. I need to pee. I don't need to pee. I need to get beer. I'm not peeing. I'm getting beer.
But I
Forget
think
what I
he's just
said
a
about peeing.
he's a very insecure demon. Because for 3 millennia now, when he's summoned, he just wants to make sure that his dick is bigger than yours. And then he leaves after he's satisfied that there definitely wasn't another human that had a bigger dick than him that summoned him to the corporal realm.
Yeah, if that human ended up having a bigger dick, there would be a problem. Either that human would be forced to blow that demon until its dick got big enough to surpass its own size, or that human would die, so that he would be forced to go to hell, where his penis would become even 3
Well, it's
times
just
larger.
it's just like Snow White, which I watched recently, which is this witch just doesn't want anyone to be prettier than her, and she asks a supernatural mirror about who's prettier. You know what I mean? It's just like this dick
Yeah,
demon we're talking about.
that's
He
exactly
goes,
like the dick demon. The mirror was probably created by the dick demon, specifically to look at
mirror,
dicks.
mirror on the
That bitch
wall. Is there any
stole his
guy with a
fucking
dicker
dick
dick
mirror, and
than
now
me?
he's
It
insecure.
doesn't even rhyme.
That's what it
He
is.
doesn't even.
And
Doesn't
we
even do
didn't
a
need to
rhyme
sing
when he
the
asks
fucking
mirror the
song. That was a
question.
myth. There was a dick mirror, and she stole it from him. And she just sings that fucking song, and it's not even necessary. That thing works no matter what.
Dark Lord, there is one human with a dick bigger than thee. It's like, no, show me who it is. It's fucking bum number 1. He's like, I'm gonna go and see for myself. Shows
God
up, like,
damn.
pull out your dick, human. We're gonna do a
I
dick
just
measuring
slap
contest.
out that fucking elephant schlong and see what the fuck is up. Johnny may have a fucking mean fiddle, but I got something else. The devil ain't winning that fight. I'm sorry, I got a
That
blue
would
vein
really
the
change
size
the
of.
song. That would really change. Devin went down to Georgia. He was looking for a dick to compare against.
He's looking for a vein to fucking squeeze. God damn, that's nasty. Okay, anyway.
And Johnny pulled out his dick. Didn't Johnny put it out his dick? It was
He's
longer
not
than
even
you've ever seen.
circumcised.
I bet you didn't know it could be so long. He's like dancing around with his dick erect. That's what I imagine. That's our reimagining of this song.
Oh, that's horrifying,
Anyway,
man. I
gotta
could
go. I gotta go get another drink.
All right.
I
Fair
basically
enough.
contributed everything I can.
While
to
he's
this
doing
segment.
that, I think I'm going to I think I'm gonna make what he wants. All right, we're about to do this. We're about to listen to this dick song. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to hear The Devil Went Down to Georgia, about a devil that makes his dick makes his dick the measuring contest instead? We're about to do that.
Back. Were you just typing out
Yes.
your last will and testament while I was gone? Is that what you're doing? Are you there? Is this microphone on? Kuso Games, maybe you'll talk to me. How are you doing? I don't think this guy
Yo, can you hear me?
even hear me.
Are you there? Bitch.
Yes, I can hear you. Are you
I'm
talking?
making something for you. Yes, I am.
You're making me mad? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm making a special treat.
Hey, Kuso Games.
It's called The Devil Came Up Short.
He gets such tunnel vision. He's like the worst person that you could think of to try to multitask, honestly, when it comes to like trying to do the stuff he needs to do in the background and kind of be a conversational whatever in the show. But so it's like you could talk to him, but he's like tunnel vision. He's like completely concentrate on whatever he's doing, not paying attention at all to what you're saying. He really needs
but
Steve.
you have to
He needs
listen to
allow
The Devil
Steve
Came Up
to do
Short,
more.
which is going to be the new song, the new hit song about the devil measuring his dick against other people. Are you ready to have that experience? It's coming.
Yes, I am.
Good. In the meantime, let's move on from the story about the fucking human remains and talk about fucking Bluey. Because there's nothing more sacred to my heart than fucking Bluey. There he is. She. Actually, Bluey's a girl, if you didn't know. Have you seen... Oh, God. Have you seen Bluey before? Do you know what the fuck this is? Do you know what we're dealing with here?
Kids cartoon where they laugh and play games.
Yeah. Well, do you know where it's from?
I'm assuming Australia.
Yes. So the recent controversy over Bluey is how they approach Christmas. And the controversy, of course, is it's not about Jesus at all. It's not about Santa at all. And instead of having a normal Christmas dinner, they all sit around in paper hats in the summertime. So this is an outrage. It is
in the summertime.
Against,
what do you mean?
Yeah, well, it's Australia. Christmas is in the summertime. I mean, that's something that has nothing to do with Christianity. That's just the fucking.
That's
way
the
it
tilt
is.
of the Earth's
That's
axis.
the tilt. They can't do anything about that. It's still an outrage to these motherfuckers, though. But they're sitting in these paper hats, disrespecting their Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, teaching these children to be blasphemers.
Blasphemer!
I horse shit, I tell you. Here's the song it wrote. I hope it's okay.
The devil rolled in with a crooked grin. Said, I hear you're the best at what you've been. Got a challenge here if you're feeling bold. Let's see whose tale will be better told. He slammed his pitchfork down real tight. Said, we'll settle this under the moon tonight. But oh no, devil came up short. Bomb number one. Cut him off at the port, a showdown of pride. But the truth was clear. Devil's big talk just disappeared. He pulled out a ruler with flames on the side. Said, I measure in fire, you measure in pride. But bum number one just laughed and said, you're all bark, no bite, no crown on your head. The devil stammered, he hemmed and hawed, realized his bluster was deeply flawed. And oh no, devil came up short. Bum number one left him to contort, a contest of size. But the devil's fate was sealed when his bravado deflated.
What the right. Well, that was something else. I'll tell you. Good Lord. I could
That's a
definitely.
good start for something. That's a good first draft on a song.
Yeah, for real. It's crazy. You can make a song about anything now. It's fucking easy.
I love the flames on the ruler thing.
Yeah.
That was a great detail. The AI just came up with that.
Yes. Yes, it
I mean,
did.
normally I don't think of AI as being funny at all, but that is really funny that the devil.
Yeah,
would
yeah.
have
You don't think
flames
it's
on the
funny until
ruler
it is.
for measuring his own dick.
But the AI probably would have never come up with the idea of having a devil dick measuring contest in the first place. So that's really
The devil shows up. I just imagine like the guy also plays fiddle, so he thinks it's like the devil that went down to Georgia fiddle contest. Like, no, we're measuring
we're
dicks.
measuring dicks today. We gotta totally make that the funniest thing.
Like the devil lost, so we do. It's like a sequel to the devil went down to Georgia. He loses the fiddle contest, but he just comes back and does a dick measuring contest when he loses. He's like, all right, fine, you won that, but what about this one? And he lost. And the devil loses the dick measuring contest.
We're gonna
Even
try
though he has
one.
a-
We're
even
gonna
though he
have to
has
try one more, and later
a
at the end of the
measuring
show,
stick with the rules
before we
flames on
leave
it.
the show today.
By the way, Kuso Games said he's moving to Australia, learning their Christmas culture. Interesting. So why Australia, Kuso? What's down under that you're interested in? When I show up, I always feel like what would happen if I went to a country like UK or Australia. By the way, I'm nasally today, but so probably my insults won't be very good. Oh, you already are living in Australia. Moving to Australia, learning. Okay, you mean when you moved to Australia, learning. I guess past tense, since you're already there. Or you're talking about your mindset for when you were learning it. Interesting, yeah. But one thing I thought that was interesting that I didn't know about Australia was I've been showing my son the Wiggles because he's 1 year old and he likes songs, kid songs and stuff. So the Wiggles makes a lot of sense. But they do so much Scottish heritage stuff, which is interesting because I'm Scottish, and it's I mean, I'm not from Scotland. I wasn't born in Scotland, so don't. I think people get pissed off when you say like, "Hey, I'm Scottish," but you're an American, just because you have a Scottish name and stuff. Like, you're not actually Scottish. Like, I know. You think I was born in Scotland and I think I'm Scottish? I'm just saying I have a Scottish lineage, whatever. But I think sometimes these countries, like Ireland and Scotland, get like weird about Americans saying that they're Scottish. You're not actually Scottish. Like, all right, yeah, well, I didn't mean it literally. All right, like, hey, I'm Scottish. Like, no, your last name's Scottish. It's not the same. Fuck you. Like, all right, calm down. Just try to be friendly. You don't have to be mad because I said I'm Scottish. They're kind of weird about that. You know what I mean? Like when Americans say that they're whatever ethnicity, whether it's Irish or Scottish. That's what I hear. I don't have firsthand knowledge on that. I haven't gone there and experienced whether that's true or not. That's just.
I think I've got a better way of making this song one more time. If that was too good, I have to try it again. Better instructions.
We're just generating music content here now.
Now it's bad. I know.
Well, I try to give some filler, but I don't know how far I can go. I just filled 3 minutes of you typing into a prompt and doing some compiler action. Are you about to play something? How much more filler do you need? 1 minute, 2 minutes, 60 seconds, 90 seconds?
No more. I'm good. The Devil Ain't Shit is the next one's name. So that's coming out. It'll come out. We'll do it later. Anyway, what do you think about this outrage about the Christmas hats, which even the last song commented on?
I don't know anything about it. It means nothing to me. They wear hats.
I am using Music Gen and something called IOF or something like that. I forgot what it's called to make the lyrics. And you combine them. And then I have to make the order, and it comes in on it's slow, unfortunately. But Suno is quite good as well. That's another music generator. Suno is a cloud app. So it's very similar. It's almost the same. Suno is a little bit stronger.
Yeah, we got business with Suno because we have CloudFi.
It's true. CloudFi is Suno's cloud provider, of course. So anyway, what do you think about this controversy of these fucking heathens in Australia?
I don't understand the controversy. It's just that they wear paper hats.
They wear paper hats and defile the name of the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ by having this fucking cursed Christmas dinner in the middle of fucking garden in the summertime. It's fucking heathenistic, and they put the kids at a separate table with hats too, and there's nothing about Jesus anywhere. It's disgraceful. It does not teach children about Christmas. And the first time your son sees Christmas, do you want him to see this special here? Is this what you want him to think Christmas is all about? Fucking paper hats and fucking summertime sausages and shit? It's obscene. Just like Kuso Games said, he's right. It's a fucking abomination.
I mean, there is a salad on the table, which is kind of disgusting.
It is.
Feature that.
That's healthy looking. God, it's a fucking cost to the fucking very idea of Christmas.
Spiral ham. Where's the spiral ham?
There is no spiral ham. That's the thing. It's missing everything that makes Christmas great. Where's the Christmas tree? Where's the holly? Where's fucking anything? Again, it looks like a fucking children's birthday party, but it's not. The child should be Jesus Christ, but he's nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, I think maybe Jesus is under the table.
All right, we have the devil ain't shit. Are you ready for it? I have 4 examples. I have to just choose one at random. I hope it's good.
Well, there's a story that I think you should know. And it's a story that happened not long ago. It's a story that you might find hard to believe, but if you listen to me, then I'll put you at ease. Well, there I was, sitting on the side of the road, when the devil came along. Said, I got a fiddle of gold, and I'll bet it against you and the prize that you hold, 'cause the best damn fiddler in the world is me. I said, I don't think so. The prize is, I said, my name's Bum Bum and the devil ain't shit, and that's how the story goes. Hey. Well, the devil said, son, I think you're a liar, and I could use that as fuel for my fire, but I'll take you up on
the first one was way better.
Yeah, the first one's better. This one sucks. So that's too bad, but whatever. Let's fucking move on. Let's go on with the show. I will actually make more. We can make more of that kind of content later when we have time. Although it's hilarious. That is not what I want to do. You can also
honestly,
write your
that's one
own
of the
lyrics.
funniest things I've ever heard an AI come up with.
Me too.
Which is the flame on the measuring stick of the devil as he measures his penis. I'm like the AI came up with that. That's hilarious. I don't know what AI terrible at those kind of details, like humorous details like that.
Yes, that's true. That's true. It is awful usually at that kind of thing. All right, let's move right along. So the next fucking story is close to my heart considering what we were talking about.
Shinobi.
Do you know this guy?
Miyomashi.
Close.
Mitsubishi.
Hey, you're close again.
Miyashi.
You're using Japanese names at least.
Miyashi.
This is Nobuo Uematsu. Do you know who Nobuo Uematsu is?
Mr. Miyashi.
This is Mr. Uematsu. We are right now talking about Mr. Uematsu. Mr. Uematsu's right here. This guy is like my hero. One of them. There's a few.
Does his armpits stink?
Yeah, probably. I would imagine so. Yeah.
They just don't want us to smell. That's why he's doing that posture.
It could be. Yeah, he might be kind of guarding us, if you will.
With that kind of headwear, he probably doesn't shower very often.
He does.
Look at that headwear.
That's not what he's known for. He's not known for showering. That's not Nobuo Uematsu's claim to fame. He's not known for
claim to flame.
came to flame.
He came to flame. You just keep messing up. You just
need-
double down on your
I need
verbal
more
errors.
drinks. I haven't been drinking today. Maybe that's the magic, actually.
I couldn't find any Mucinex. I tried to look before we started.
Mucinex.
find
No,
any.
you needed something to make your shit regular, huh?
Mucinex doesn't make your shit regular. It's not a diuretic.
It's not.
No, it's a decongestant. I'm really nasally for some reason.
Oh,
He came to flame. See,
oh.
Rat Jacket liked it. He came to
did.
flame.
Came to flame. That's the story of the moth. It's a sad story. But anyway, fucking
Anyway, it's a
Nobuo
decongestant.
Uematsu.
I'm just
He
really
is the
congested.
composer of the Final Fantasy series up until Final Fantasy X. And he's also the composer of several other games in companies that he helped co-found, like Blue Dragon and these things. They never really became too much of a venture, but he is a very good composer. He recently gave an interview where he said that modern game music has become boring, less weird, and criticized how directors and producers in big AAA gaming studios are micromanaging soundtracks and stifling creativity. He argued that the big budget games chase safe Hollywood style sounds for shareholders instead of like letting people be creative with music or taking risks with instrumentation or programmatic music choices. It's a very interesting time to be making that comment. And the lead to Baldur's Gate 3, who is Michael Dorse, agreed publicly with this, saying that nothing is made for anyone in particular anymore, except for shareholders in these big studios. And then when you get hired on, you are not feeling that you're being hired on as a creative, even when you're put in one of these major roles like audio lead or lead composer. You are fulfilling a role. And this is a game developer problem for game developers in the 21st century now, which not my problem, but a lot of us, we're becoming self-aware that we're powerful enough to exist on our own, right? And this is troubling to these fucking assholes who've been trying to control us and stifle our creativity for all this time. And this guy knows exactly what the fuck is up. He's actually calling the fucking AAA studios out in Japan specifically. He's shooting at Sony, of course, shooting at Square Enix, shooting at Nintendo, Konami, these people. He's not really firing at Xbox, but obviously the shots fire and the shot hit everybody.
Xbox is like a nothing player at this point.
It's a nothing player at this point. Yeah,
they're
it's
a service provider.
Yeah, you're correct. Amen. But yeah, like Mike Matai can say what he wants, and it's interesting that Mike Matai continues to gravitate toward things that are done crudely anyway.
Here, I'm gonna get some Mucinex. I'll be back. I now know where it is.
I don't know. I think that Mike Matai is not looking in the right places for what he wants, because today games are made in various different ways graphically. I make mine very sloppily, but that's because I'm not a very good artist. But it's a matter of taste whether or not you want your graphics to look realistic or look like a cartoon or look like a pixel game or whatever, right? It's your fucking thing. Very soon, the art of crafting something exactly is going to be changed. Thank God I can make one of the last items. It'll be great. But anyway, fucking Uematsu out there. This is a fucking legend. You're looking at him. He's saying that we're not being explorative enough with game music. I kind of agree. So I'm going to try to do things different than anyone did with their game music. I'm going to start like putting voices on different functions of combat and functions of game time and separate musical voices and things that happen in the game. I think I can do it. I do. I've already got these bitches dancing to that shit, so I'm pretty sure I can get them to fucking have different tracks of songs come on at different points based on what you're doing. And I know that that's been done before, but this is going to happen throughout the whole fucking thing in various different ways, because it can. At this point it can, so why not? So this guy knows what's up. He really does. And like, he's not just talking about like letting the composers do what they want. He's talking about letting the fucking composers touch the system code, for God's sakes. They don't let them do that in these fucking AAA studios. They're asking for wave files and shit. They're not letting them do anything. Not even letting them go in there and fucking like hit the builds and change the environmental variables or look at the levels. And they need to give these people permissions. I've worked in a corporate environment before, and these permission lords, they all need to be kicked in the balls. Every last one of them. They all suck. They make people lose money. It's all the permission lords at work, the ones that do it just to spite you, to make sure you can't achieve your goals for your company that you're all trying to make money together doing. When they do that, that shit is fucked up. It's bad for everyone. Those people need to be called out and fucking eliminated. But it happens, and these game companies are no exception. None. I'm certain that they're like that. I'm glad I never worked for one. Yeah, well, it used to be that there was a single game developer. Back when Steve Jobs was making games for Atari and shit, and Wozniak, they were just fucking, bam, assembly code. I made a game, bitch. We're back. We're back to that. That's where we're at now again. So it's good to be back. Thank God, because you don't have to pay all these fuckers. But yeah, it is interesting how it's changed. And yet it's still very much the same as it was now. We've come all the way back from having to hire a fucking football team to make a game to having one brilliant person make it happen. That's Wozniak, Jobs, old school game development coming back to slap you in the face now, and we're gonna be doing it by the
Do you
fucking
think Jobs
dozen.
actually did much for Breakout, or do you think Wozniak did it all?
I think they both did a lot. I think they both are very good coders in assembly in their own right. They're very good at it. They have good games. They were good
But
at
wasn't a
building
lot of-
hardware. They were good at all kinds of stuff. Those motherfuckers were geniuses. And at the time when the technology, like back then, the things that they were doing, people didn't know about it. Like now I could do that in my garage too, right? Except I don't have a garage. But if I had a garage, I could do that in my garage. They couldn't necessarily do it because they didn't know the fuck they were doing. It's new. They're fucking awesome for doing that shit.
I mean, Jobs was more of a go-getter. So, like, for instance, Jobs got Wozniak the job at Atari. In fact, my understanding is that Wozniak claimed that Jobs didn't give him his cut of the game for Breakout.
He might not
That's
have.
what I heard.
Sounds very much like that situation. That guy was not known for being nice. And there's nothing about what I'm saying about Jobs and Wozniak that involves their personality being good.
Jobs had the job from Atari, and he told Wozniak, "I'll split it with you if you help me do it." And when they completed it, Wozniak said he never gave me the money. Like, if you look it up, you can find out. Like, in fact, I'll Google
Well,
it.
did they make so much money making Apple Computer that didn't matter? Or was that just an ass thing that
says Jobs didn't give?
Why did he continue doing business with Jobs then? I don't understand. If someone slighted me on half a project, I would stop working with them. Oh, I think that happened actually. But anyway, it wasn't really a slight. It was more of a whole different situation. But the still thing, you stop working with people when that happens. What the fuck did Wozniak think to keep going for years and years and make the most successful company on the planet? I don't understand.
Apple God used to work for Atari, was asked to design the chipset for the hit game Breakout. He enlisted the help of Steve Wozniak, who made the game so efficient that Atari's engineers couldn't understand it well enough to use it in the final build. But basically, yeah, what it comes down to... Oh, yeah. So Steve Wozniak revealed that he cried after discovering that Steve Jobs deceived him regarding the profit from their game Breakout, designed by Atari. But basically, there was a bonus, I think. So he paid him like the base, whatever.
Oh.
but there was like a bonus thing, and he didn't tell him about it, and Jobs kept that, and Wozniak found out about it.
Oh, sounds like Jobs.
Yeah,
Sounds like Jobs. But anyway,
you could look it up. You guys could look up the.
I don't. I guess so.
for you
So
guys-
it was
some
kept.
people don't even know this.
So he cried because Jobs was
I don't
such an
know.
asshole back then. They made
Yeah,
this
he
huge
was an
company
asshole.
together, and he just found out that he deceived him back then, and that made him sad.
Maybe that could be. Yeah, you could do a
interesting.
deep dive. I haven't done a deep dive. I just heard this story. So for you guys,
Although
that don't
I
know,
understand being
lot of
sad about
people-
deception, the consequences of that deception were very little.
a lot of people don't even know this headline, which is Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak created Breakout. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, it's
Which
a
is
great
kind of
game. It's one of my
incredible.
favorite games. So they are great people, of course.
Well, they're given a game design. This is the design we want, and you execute it.
right
They
for
had a lot of those
Atari.
kind of- yeah,
It was on arcade first. They didn't
they were.
design
What I'm
Breakout.
saying is they had a game design document of what they're expected to produce, but then they did it because Atari had catalogs of stuff that they were
Yeah.
shopping.
Of course, yeah, they
engineers
had
to
it in the
create.
Sears catalog. Of course, yeah. Every Atari game in the world was in that bitch, and there were also pictures of naked ladies. Well, they were almost naked. They had fucking bras on and shit, but it was good shit.
Well, what's interesting about Atari is that Atari was like one of the biggest tech companies in the world at one point, which is hard to imagine. Sitting here in the year 2025.
Yeah,
But
that's
in, like-
true. They fucked it up, didn't they? They didn't keep their
Yes.
money. Apple kept their money though. The thing is that Apple didn't spend it all and go in debt. That's the difference. That's when you spend wild on debt trying to continue to make your investment snowball, eventually it ends up melting out and you end up without anything. But if you wind up keeping your momentum and saving the entire time, you wind up with Apple, which has so much cash on hand that they could buy several companies over the size of themselves. It's very interesting, and I wish we ran our country like that because we'd
What do
have
you
a
think
strong
Atari
country.
should have done differently? Tell me.
What?
What should have Atari done differently?
They shouldn't have gone into debt specifically. They also shouldn't have hired as many people.
Oh, I gotta
They
get
should
more
have
water.
kept the staff they had. They should have never laid off. They should have kept their teams small. And they should not have tried. They shouldn't have tried to overproduce. And they did. It's what happens to lots of companies. Lots of companies over multiply and they over franchise and things. They get too big, and the demand dries out for whatever reason, and they wind up unable to be flexible at that level, and they lose money extensively until they have to like sever people, and at that point they're already not like set up to be successful with the appropriate amount of people to do the next thing. It's really nasty. So you have to be careful in companies. I don't get to be in control of any companies other than my own, but the companies that I have been a part of, I've seen them make these mistakes. Been in a bunch of fucking companies, and they fuck up. They overhire, they overexpand, and they try to satisfy a forecasted demand that is forecasted by someone that they paid specifically to give them the answer they wanted, which was that they needed to build more product, not the answer that was true. They pay people for some reason. You could be one of these people if you want to be. If you want to be a yes person with data, you can lie about data for people, give them the answers that they want, and then leave and get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. Get a stats degree. It's easy. Just be a bitch. It's all you have to do. It's super easy. Or you could tell the truth to people. It'll piss them off. It will. But you might save them fucking from going down the very wrong path. It depends. Depends how much influence you have, really. That's what it is.
So here's one of the issues I think Atari had. You know what it was?
What?
Treating the programming code that they bought from these programmers as like solely theirs, meaning belongs to Atari property.
Okay,
And
yeah,
the
but
whole-
that's what everybody
Hold
does,
on.
including the company that
You didn't
hires
let
me.
me finish.
Go ahead.
So, like, if you guys know about the story of Robinette, I forget his first name, that created Adventure, he hid his name in the game as an Easter egg.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Very famous 2600 game. In fact, one of the, I would say, the best Atari 2600 game.
Which one?
Easily. Adventure.
Pitfall? Adventure. Okay.
No, Pitfall was better on other systems, so I don't count that. You know, Adventure was
Yeah, I
not
count
on...
every game, but anyway, whatever. Go ahead.
Okay, but some games had a 4-bit version.
I
of the
get you. I see
2600,
what you're
and
saying.
some
This is a
games had...
port. You're
Okay.
not counting ports. I got it. Okay.
Did they have a version of Atari?
Was
on the
there an
2600?
adventure? Was there an adventure that before the adventure on the 2600 or not?
No.
Okay.
It was
Then
Maple.
you're
Like
in
Yars'
your right
Revenge.
element here. You're doing the right. Your analysis makes sense. Keep going.
Like Yars' Revenge. In any case,
good one.
Atari
Yeah.
had a policy of not crediting. Like, they didn't have like a credit on the box and the instructions
No,
in the
they
game
didn't.
of who made it. Nothing. It was just this is an Atari game. But some people were like, "Hey, I did a really good job on this game. I want my name on the box in the game somewhere." And they'd be like, "No." And this one guy was pissed. His name was something Robinette. And he's like, "Fine, I'm just gonna hide my name in the code." And he did. He hid his name in a way where, like, you had to do this convoluted thing of finding a hidden pixel in the game. I don't know if you guys know this. I've done it in Adventure. It's like considered the first Easter egg ever in video game history for this guy who just won his name in the game. There's a hidden pixel you could find that's tiny, a dot, literally a dot, and you could bring it to like this specific, which is hard to find in the first place to get to, and you take it to the specific section where you could pass through the wall, and inside the wall is his name and like fucking rainbow things, like fucking me, Robinette, the rainbow fucking graphics going across, and he like put that in there, and no one in Atari knew it was there, that room. But then, so after the game was out for like a month or two or whatever, someone eventually found it, and Atari was pissed that he did that. But there's another company that started, which is called Activision. You guys might know that one, which a lot of the people that worked at Atari went to that company because, like, something very basic. You're allowed to have your name in the fucking credits. This is a David Crane game, Pitfall. If you guys don't know, Pitfall is made by David Crane. He started Activision. He, instead of making games for Atari, he's like, I'm going to be a third party publisher. I'm going to sell, which is the right way to do it, which is inspired people. If you think about it, this type of way of doing business inspired people like Bill Gates. If David Crane didn't do this kind of thing with Atari, I don't think Bill Gates would have thought about licensing Windows to IBM. For you guys don't know, one of the reasons why Bill Gates is rich, because he thought about how these people who used to work at Atari started Activision and started selling software to Atari outside of Atari.
Activision was one of the first people to do it. It's so true. Star Master was one of the best games on Atari.
But that model of working outside of the major company, Atari, the hardware maker, selling them the software, like, we own the software, we're licensing it to you, Atari. Whereas Atari doesn't like this. So we want you, David Crane, to work for us, make us games. We don't want you to start a company and license your games to us. That pissed them off. So, but the thing is, Activision had this philosophy of, like, you get to have your name in the credits. And Atari didn't offer that very basic stuff. You know what I mean? Of like having your name in the credits. That might sound like a small thing to everyone else listening to this, but that was a big deal.
It was a big deal
to them.
It's a big deal to any artist. We care. We want credit for what we do. We don't want our credit taken over by some fuck. It happens enough at work. People, fuckers, take credit for everything you do at work. It's going to happen. That's fine. You get paid for that. That's how it works. But if it's art, I guess that is their work, though. But if it's fucking art, it's yours. God damn it. You should have your name on it. If you don't get to put your name on it, that's fucked up. That's basically, I think anyone who makes shit feels that way. I really think so.
Well, yeah, Boothfield, that is what's happening nowadays. But back then, it was like, no, you work for the overlords. You're a peon. Your name doesn't get to be on the shit you do. That's how it used to be. Like, shouldn't you be happy to get your paycheck of $20,000 for 1 year's worth of work for this game that you did for us? Right? Isn't that like what they're getting paid?
It was about 20K, and that was pretty good back then.
When you think about it, DOS was bought from Bill Gates for $100,000, or no, $50,000, right? Not even
Correct.
100.
50,000. It was 50K.
$50,000.
Yep.
So think about that. That's the seed money you needed to create
Yep,
Microsoft.
you can bring up the terminal right now, and guess what you see? It's fucking DOS. I use it every day. Here it is. Fucking DOS. Look at it. You can
And some
barely
guy
see it.
died poor selling that fucking programming language.
I know. Well, he had $50,000. He could buy a fat sack of weed for that much back then. Anyway,
But the point is he died poor. He didn't get any bonus for the fact that it created a $1 trillion company. Alexa, is Microsoft a $1 trillion company?
Microsoft becomes $4 trillion company. U.S. tech giant Microsoft became only the second company in the world to cross the $4 trillion market cap.
Okay, they're worth $4 trillion.
they're very big. They're a very big AI company right now.
All right, stop it. Alexa, stop.
Microsoft is
damn.
one of the only people who owns stock. That's not true. It's Google. Never mind. If you want to own SpaceX, you have to.
But the
own
point
Google.
being, what I'm saying, 20,000. Like, oh my god, that's chump
Alphabet.
change. Yeah, but Bill Gates used $50,000 to start Microsoft. He just took
Yes.
that code and sold it to IBM for like way more. Is all he did. But the thing is, Bill Gates was smart. What I'm getting at is when Bill Gates took DOS, IBM wanted to buy it from him outright, and it was like, "Hey, we'll just buy it from you for whatever $200,000." And Bill Gates is like, "No, I'm gonna license you DOS." And they're like, "No, you're gonna sell it to us." Like, "No, I'm gonna license. I still maintain ownership." That's kind of like what Activision was for the gaming. It's like, "No, we have these artists, and we will license the games to you. You don't get to own the content we make. You get to license it from us." And that's
the
a
hardware
big
people
difference.
don't get to own it, which is good because then we've got all these PCs now, right? And everyone and their mother makes PCs, so having hardware people control the software would be a big fucking problem. So those people
But that's what
solved
they
it
tried
for
to do
us.
for as long as they could. They
And
wanted to
everybody
control
talks
the
about how
software.
brilliant the motherfucking founding fathers made the Constitution. Well, obviously not that good. It's pretty fallible and pretty fucking paper thin from what I'm seeing. But anyway, what the computer founders did
What the
for
fuck
us,
does
I
that
think.
have to do? What?
I'm talking
Why
about the
did you go
computer
into the-
founders versus the
Okay,
founding
all right,
fathers of
whatever, go
America.
ahead.
It's a comparison I'm making. The founding fathers made the Constitution of the United States and a bunch of checks and balances to try to stop fucking hostile takeover or tyranny from occurring. That's what happened in the United States. And then the founding fathers of computers, which are like Bill Gates and fucking Wozniak and Steve Jobs and all these motherfuckers, they came up with this idea of licensing, which is what you're fucking talking about right now.
Yeah.
And that took the power away from the hardware manufacturers.
Yes,
It was a
took the power away
huge
from
deal, and it's more fucking solid of a contribution to the world of computing in the future than our Constitution was to the world of fucking governance. That's what I'm trying to fucking say. I need to piss.
Well, what's crazy also is that first company to do that, to be a third-party publisher, is still the biggest publisher in the world, Activision Blizzard, which is kind of crazy. You would think the first company to do that, if you think about the guy that made Pitfall, which is actually a really, really good game. If you look at Pitfall for everything that existed before it, I mean, it's Mario before Mario, basically. You know what I mean? It's static screen, so there's no scrolling. It's just popping into the next screen. But it was a very innovative platformer, side-scrolling platformer. It was great at the time. And David Crane was like, I'm not just giving this. I'm not just going to give them this as an employee of Atari. I'm going to provide to them as a third-party publisher. And so he created that and pulled a lot of people from Atari who wanted to work with him. But it's kind of crazy that still that company, Activision, is still the biggest third-party publisher in the world, which is kind of nuts if you ask me. That you wouldn't think that the first company to do that. What are the odds that the first company to do that would still be the biggest third-party publisher today in the year 2025? The odds have got to be really low that that would happen. You would think someone would usurp your crown. I mean, just because you're the first, like, whatever, other people are going to do it, they're going to be bigger. But no, EA, not as big, right? Electronic Arts, not as big. Nintendo doesn't count because they're a first party. I mean, I think still even if you just took away the hardware stuff and said Atari as a software, I think still they're smaller because I'm Activision Blizzard. You know, you've got World of Warcraft, Call of Duty. What is that? I always forget the name of it. Overwatch. So it's just kind of crazy to me that the first one to do it would still be the biggest one today. I know Boot Failure was saying I still remember booting on DOS from diskettes. When I first used DOS, we did have a DOS shell, which is kind of like a more DOS for Dummies version, where there were some menu systems. Well, not like a GUI, graphic user interface, but like some lists and directories that you commonly use that you could select up and down. So it had like what was called a DOS shell at the time, but I still had to use DOS to like install games and run games and stuff like that. But I remember as a kid, I had to like type stuff in, understand how programming worked for installing a little bit, how to like navigate to directories to run games. I remember I had to learn it because if I couldn't learn it, my parents were going to do it for me. They didn't care. They didn't do any of that stuff. So I had to learn how to do it myself. Otherwise, I couldn't play any of the stuff. Because my parents stopped playing, games at the Atari 800. You ever play Shadows of the Empire for N64? Yes, I did, which is a cool mix of Rogue Squadron, flight simulator levels and third-person shoot 'em up stuff. I did own Shadows of the Empire on N64. I got it for Christmas or something. I really I played the hell out of it. I played a lot of it. It was a really cool game at the time.
Oh,
I remember thinking how epic it was at the time. Some of those levels on Shadows of the Empire, how big they were. Some of those ship battles. I thought it was awesome.
yeah, they gave a lot of value. I'm wondering though about those third-party publishers you're talking about. What about Valve? Is that bigger than Activision, or are you not counting it unless they're only a console publisher?
Wait, that's different. That's a distributor.
No, Valve's a publisher.
Yeah, but they make Half-Life?
Epic is also a publisher. No, they're publishers. They're publishers. They publish games. Activision publishes games too. I thought that you were saying a publisher. You're saying it's a distributor? You said publisher. That's what you were saying before.
Can I talk?
Yeah, of course.
So there's something called a distribution platform. So if you're talking about revenue, that's like saying Apple is the biggest publisher because they make money
off the App Store.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. We're talking about.
Well, I mean, we're talking about games, though. Apple is not the biggest publisher, even if you count the App Store.
Hold on. Okay, I'm trying to.
And it's third party too. Like that's first party because they make their own products because it's Apple.
I think you're conflating things together.
It says Apple's the same as Nintendo.
What?
Apple makes their own products. They're the same as Nintendo. The App Store is Apple exclusive. It's the same as Nintendo. Nintendo does that model. It's the same.
Hold on, let me rewind.
But Activision goes across platforms. They're a third-party publisher, like Valve.
Valve is just a distribution platform. What does that have to do with publishing?
They publish on all PC hardware. That's a huge platform. Like I said,
you're conflating a distribution platform with publishing. Publishing is like you have content. This is the content. Publishing means the development people, I am now publishing your content. Like I am like putting it out there. The platform is different. You're conflating.
But that's what Valve does. They publish. That's mainly what they do. They're mainly a publishing company.
You're not. They're not. You're not using. That's not how it works.
It is.
Okay, whatever.
Maybe we're
disagree then.
semantically.
I'm done.
This is a semantic argument, but the Valve is a
They're not.
publisher. They're the biggest, I believe.
They're not funding. Okay, let me tell you why you're wrong. They're not funding the fucking people that they're putting on their platform, you idiot. They're allowing them to distribute their fucking
True.
content. It's different than publishing.
Oh, that's an investor. Is that what you're saying?
There's a difference between a distributor and a publisher, I promise. You're conflating distributor and publisher.
I think I'm conflating developer and publisher because
all right, whatever. We're not gonna get anywhere. My final thought is you're conflating publisher with distributor, and you're trying to say distributors are bigger, but we're not talking about distributor. They're not the ones funding these fucking content. They're just distributing. They're a platform.
But yes,
for the
publishing
content.
doesn't require funding, I don't think, to be publishing. That's what investing is.
Okay, let me tell you the difference. I want to make this content. Here's the
Yes.
money to make the content happen. It has now happened. Now that it's happened, I want to distribute it. The distribution is Valve Stream. But it's already there. It's already exists. They're not paying.
Yeah,
for
that's
that
what
first
publishing
part.
is, though. That's what publish means. It's just to take something that already exists and then to make it go out there. That's what publishing is. Valve is a publishing company.
not.
That's what they do.
I
They're not a
disagree.
distributor. They're a publisher. Like,
I
I think they are
disagree.
even governed by those laws.
I disagree with your definition. So.
It's fine. It is a semantic argument. We could get into it, but let's talk about what the topic is right now.
Let me try one other thing though to try to win.
Okay,
my
all
argument,
right.
But yeah, I might lose. But
It's okay.
so when you write a book,
Yep.
you have a book.
Yep.
Someone publishes it.
Yeah,
So
it's already
Penguin-
written. It's
Okay,
already
hold on,
thought
hold on.
of.
Let me finish. So
Okay.
then, like Penguin Books publishes it.
Correct.
They then put it on Amazon, who is the distributor. Boom. The publisher is not the distributor. Valve is the distributor in the
But
same
Amazon is a
scenario.
publisher too,
Oh my
as
God.
well as a distributor. They actually also are the primary and only source for many authors. In fact, they also bind books and print them.
You're conflating.
I'm just saying that's a bad analogy, unfortunately. You
No, it's
said you
not.
might lose. And with the case of that analogy, your
You're
analogy
wrong.
falls apart because
You're just
Amazon
so-
is
you're
a
wrong.
publisher in
So
every
they
right
publish
with books.
everything they're distributing. Is that what you're saying?
No, of course not.
Then-
You can be a third-party seller for Amazon. That's what a lot of books sellers are.
What
Or
are
you can have it
talking
published
about?
directly
You're so
through them.
Far in the
Or you can
weeds.
have it actually
You're
produced
so
by
far
them.
in the fucking weeds. You have no idea what you're talking about. You
I have
no
every
concept
idea. I actually
how
have
book
you even
publishing
tried to publish anything in Amazon before? I have. You've probably never had anything printed on Amazon before, have you? Have you ever had anything bound? Have you ever sold anything on Amazon? You probably haven't. It was originally a fucking bookstore, dude.
Are
For
you trying
authors.
to Hollywood me? Are you trying to Hollywood me right now? You're trying to
I'm
Hollywood
trying to
me.
fucking be. I'm trying to win an argument.
You're trying to Hollywood me.
What's
You
that?
haven't even done the. I've done Hollywood stuff. You haven't done Hollywood stuff.
This isn't
you're
Hollywood. This is
Yeah, you are.
author stuff. This is
No,
just
you're
straight
Hollywood
up.
meaning. Yeah,
This
you
is
are.
nothing Hollywood
use a
about this,
verb.
though.
It's a verb. It's a verb.
Okay,
You
I
know
see what
that.
you're saying. You're just saying I out experiencing you in this. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
You know that verb. On Urban Dictionary, you could look it up. You know what it means.
I didn't know it. Now you're teaching it to me. Good for you. Yeah, I'm teaching you something. You're teaching me something. It's all good. It's all good. We want to go on to the next topic, or we want to continue to argue whether or not
No, I want to ask. Have you never
that
heard
Valve
the
is a
verb?
publisher? Why don't you look up why don't you just ask a chatbot just for fun? Not that they're an authority on anything.
Okay,
If Valve is
what
a
do you want me
publisher or
to tell
not.
me?
Just ask it. Just do it.
But it doesn't mean that everything that they distribute they published. They could be a publisher, but they only publish 1% of what they
Go ahead and
distribute.
find out what it
does
thinks
that
they
matter?
publish. Just find out what the chatbot thinks that Valve is.
Okay,
if
fine.
is it the biggest publisher in the world or not? Like I'm gonna look too, because I mean, like they're not
It's
the
like
authority.
saying, it's like saying that Apple is a developer of all the stuff that's on the Apple Store. I try to give you that comparison. That's not the case. Doesn't mean they developed it. They're a fucking
Asking
distributor.
ChatGPT 5.1. No, Valve is not the biggest software publisher in the world, although it is one of the largest and most influential software publishers in the world. They don't employ a massive workforce. From the size of their company, is not the biggest publisher. although they are publishers. So everything I'm saying about the fact that they are publishers is correct. They're not the biggest. Are they bigger than Activision? That's the next question.
First off, we're talking about games.
Are they a bigger publisher than Activision? Hold on. It has to define how you define bigger. Bigger by company size, it's Activision. Bigger by the number of pieces of software published, it's Valve. By
Okay.
revenue, it's Valve. There's a bunch of Valve stuff. Valve is really powerful, but they have a very small, tight-knit, private-owned company. It's different. It's a different situation.
So if I say who is the biggest video game software publisher, let's see.
I wonder who it is. Again, biggest needs to be defined as to whether it's the company size or revenue or what. There's too many measurement. You need to define it the unit of measure.
Well, my understanding is that Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard.
Yeah. So Microsoft does own Blizzard Activision. So that would definitely put them very high up.
Right. So
The revenue-based ones show Sony is the highest ranked publisher for video games, actually, for revenue. That's what it says. Nintendo and Electronic Arts are up there. Microsoft is a higher up than those, and that's with Activision. But if you take the Activision arm of Microsoft and separate it, it's different.
all right. Anyway, we can move on.
All right. So
I'm
speaking
good
of
to move on.
games, though, I mean, what we're really talking about here is games, and we're talking about the biggest esports event, the Esports World Cup. Have you heard about this?
It's happening in Atlanta.
I wish. That would be fucking awesome. I would be there right now. I'd be covering it live. Unfortunately, it's not happening in Atlanta. Guess where it happened? Dave Chappelle was in attendance.
So it was in Ohio.
No, it was in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia ran the world's largest esports event to date. For the 2025 Esports World Cup, EWC as it's known, in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, of all places. And Chappelle is the GOAT. He is of comedians. He's very good. Although Lewis Black is also very good. They're both black for different reasons. They're both good. But anyway, I like what's his name? Bill Burr too. Another good comedian. Those are my favorites right
Hey,
now.
what do you think about Bill Burr? What's he doing? Huh? I don't
He's
think he
brilliant.
knows what he's doing. Huh?
He knows so much what he's doing. His perspective on everything is just
What are
right
you doing?
there. His New Jersey accent is the only thing holding him back. But he knows this. At least he's self-aware. He's an intelligent man. Man, I fucking love good comedy, but unfortunately it is something I need to contribute more toward, I think.
Do you listen to any
That's
podcasts?
why we're here tonight. Yeah, I listened to the Donkey Kong Conversation. I listen to it regularly with Hyle Russell, the leader of the Donkey Kong Vine website and the Donkey Kong universe. Go to the motherfucking Donkey Kong universe, you bitch. Do it. www.dkvine.com. You fucks. All right, anyway. Nothing's changed. That's still the same. I still go there. I still listen to the Donkey Kong podcast, which is called The Conversation. It's fantastic. I even call into the show every once in a while. It's a good time.
So one thing I think you might get,
Subscribe to DK Vine on Twitch. I'm sorry, go ahead.
One thing you might find interesting if you like Bill Burr. I listened to the Bill Maher podcast, and he had Bill Burr on there.
Okay, Bill Maher and Bill Burr.
They argue a lot.
That's fun.
Like very viciously with one another. Like
Yeah, Bill Burr,
it's
you wouldn't
funny
want
because,
to. I wouldn't want to get into an argument with that man and be on the wrong side of that
but
because
you can
he's too
understand like the
smart.
personalities of like Bill Maher and Bill Burr.
Hmm. Bill Burr
Like,
won, didn't he?
uh, yeah, because he's
Yeah,
better at that kind
because
of
he's
thing.
way better at it.
But
Yeah,
but
I
it's
can
funny
imagine
to
he smoked him, but
but it's funny
most
to
of the time,
listen to him.
Bill Burr smokes almost everyone. It's very rare to see him get caught out. The only people I've ever seen do it to him are like Tony and like other comedians and shit. Like not they have to be on the same playing field. It's like a fucking taekwondo black belt going up against some piece of shit.
No, but it's funny to hear him interact with someone he disagrees with, and he get like lays into Bill Maher a lot. But the thing is, what's good about interactions between comedians is you don't see it a lot, but it seems like very genuine hatred and like vehemence, like of how angry he is about how Maher says this and like coming back on him. But then like a little bit later on, like like man, you were like really laying into me. Like, I know, I love doing that to you. But, you know what I mean? Like he's kind of like lays out like he is kind of hamming it up a little bit. But the things it sounds when he does it so genuine. But then like as they kind of go through it, like Bill Maher might say something like,
Well, we do the
"You're
same
being
kind of thing,
really
but how
hard on me,
genuine
man.
is it
Jeez."
really? Like they aren't as close as we are or do a thing all the time. But there's a dynamic that you can set up, and I'm sure that they have some sort of agreement as to how things are going to go. I'm sure, though, that Bill Maher was not expecting to be smoked as hard. No one does. If you are agreeing to disagree with Bill Barr,
Bill
uh,
Burr,
Burr, excuse me. If you're Bill, I'm sorry, I'm saying the wrong
two
shit.
bills. It's confused.
Bill
It's
Burr,
two
no, the
bills.
Maher and the Bar and the Burr and the Bill, it's too much. But if you're agreeing to do that, to take an opposing position against that comedian, you're making a mistake, I think. I think he might be able to humiliate me even when I'm on the right side of certain things, and I'm good at that shit. He's really good. He's again admirable, one of the only few people I look up to on this earth. He's one of those. He's got a perspective that can't be denied. He's smart as fuck too. He knows what's up. He's cool. His family's cool too. His whole situation's cool. I like what he did with his life. Smart, inspiring. So anyway, the fucking Saudis though, right? He went to Saudi Arabia with fucking Dave Chappelle, right? So I mean, of course he did. Of course, those people need to laugh more than anybody. Those motherfuckers can't even get into a car without putting a fucking mask
Did
over
Tim
their.
Dillon go?
What?
Did Tim Dillon go?
I don't know. I have no idea who that even is. But I can tell you more about the World Cup, the Esports World Cup, which as a World Cup, it's probably going to move around. This thing has been purchased by Saudi Arabia. It is a Saudi Arabian operation, much like the Dota International is a Valve operation. It was held in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and it ran from July 8th until August 24th in Riyadh. And it took in $70 million, making it the largest in esports history. And the format included 25 distinct tournaments across 26 esports titles. So, guess who you think won? Which nation do you think won?
Team Liquid.
Team Liquid won second place with $4 million prize pool, and they were America. They are the American team. So that was a good guess.
Right?
They got second place, but not first place. Do you have any other guesses? Since you got the top three, I will give you another shot.
Oh. Kim Jong Un.
Nope. It was Saudi Arabia's Team Falcons, of course, that came
What?
away with $7 million.
They beat
Yes.
Team Liquid?
Yes, Team Falcons, the Saudi Arabian team, beat Team Liquid in the Esports World Cup overall with a prize take of $7 million versus the prize take of $4 million for Team Liquid over the various events. So there was chess. Chess was actually an esport event in this. You might think that's interesting. But chess was one of the one of the games that they had to be able to do.
Was Magnum there?
The champion of this chess game was Magnus Carlsen. I don't know if that's
Magnus,
who you're talking.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay,
I always get his
Magnus.
first name wrong.
Magnus was Team Liquid's champion,
Magnum, like the
and Magnus
condom, I
did
just
win
assumed.
chess, securing Team Liquid's second place spot overall because this was a big first place for them. That chess one was, and they got $250,000 of their $4 million from chess.
Did you hear that Magnus walked down on a chess match with a guy that he thought was using AI assistants? Like after the first move, he just left.
The first move?
Yes.
How do you know that after the first move? Did he hear something?
Well, no, because you know how the guy that had anal beads up his ass and he got like AI.
Oh, he was like, oh, and he was just like, oh, I'm out.
Yeah,
he knew it. He was already privy to that cheese.
He knew.
Anal
he knew
cheese.
That he was using the anal beads to know what moves to do. So he's like, yeah, he just got up and left. He really did.
So the main event games, of course, chess was the actually most popular, followed by Valorant. Interestingly enough, a game we don't play, an esports first-person team shooter. Mobile Legends Bang Bang, another game I don't even know.
One of the best urban myths ever in the chess, like for that chess world thing, is the guy using anal beads to get AI instruction.
It worked. Yeah. I mean, that's
think about that. Like,
it changed the meta. It changed the chess meta forever.
Anal beads. And like your opponent is just going, he's like touching, he's like looking at, he's like pointing at the chess pieces, like, as he's like pointing at all of them. Oh, and like he gets like a, so he grabs that one and moves it. His finger like pointing at all, and you're just watching him.
So what do you think about Saudi Arabia's government, of all things, positioning itself with taxpayer money to become an esports global hub? Because that's what this comes down to. They've been bringing the comedians because they need a laugh, but they're actually making an investment with this. Those comedians are gone. They've got their money. That's not an investment. This is going to reoccur. It's an annual event. It brought in ticketed people, caused hype. Everything was broadcast. It was huge. The prize pool was amazing. Who won is the question once again. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not the question. I don't know what the fuck I'm reading. Oh, that was woman, not who won. Valorant is Counter-Strike for women. I see. Interesting. So there's like, how's it for women?
I think he's just dissing Valorant. That's what I think's happening. He's just dissing Valorant.
But do they put dicks in their ass? Oh, it wouldn't be ass if they're women. Dicks in their pussies? It's pretty much the only difference, I would think.
You don't need to press further information.
I guess I don't need to do that. Yeah, you're right. I don't. I don't know why I even went there. But anyway, fucking Team Falcons, though, came away with the fucking
forever. I'll be right back.
Unbelievable win here in this fucking esports World Cup, which is what we're looking at. Let's get another. I want to get that dialed in. Let's play some music while we wait. Let's play an old Beaver Machine song.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I did that again.
Waiting's a bitch, isn't it?
Sam is recovering himself. He is currently unemployed. He lost his job.
I ate them. They were not green.
At,
I got stoned on
he's
it.
working at
I ate more
He's
because
picking
I had
his
the
ass
munchies.
up off of that shit.
Then I had diarrhea.
And he also released a new album.
It was great.
called Use as Directed. Different style than I thought.
Every day comes around down. I come from the ground up. It's my frying pan. Pull out that shit. Yellow, fucking green. You know what I'm talking about. You fucking eggs. That's right. Every day I'm in my chair. I'm like, fucking eggs. Give me high. This motherfucker can't talk, he can't even walk. Cause he ate some eggs, and they've affected his legs.
Yeah. I hope Sam gets his ass back up. We need him. We can't have him out of action on this earth. Because I'm not with him right now. As soon as my daughter grows up, let's get back to it.
My shit was green, but they weren't. Every time I look in the air, I'm like, what the fuck is in those things anyway? That shit. Sky's turning blue, what the fuck?
Fuck is this? It's not playing that.
What do you think about that? Is Sam second in Slam? Are you frozen?
I'm not frozen, bitch. But unfortunately, I got a non-lyric version of what I wanted.
Try slapping me in the eye. Maybe you want. Try that. Slap
I
me
gotta
in the eye.
stop this fucking thing. I have to learn how to control this fucking.
Yeah, they're mentioning they can't hear anything we're saying because.
All right,
it's
I
fucking
fixed
music.
it. I fixed it. I figured it out. Still trying to fucking learn this shit. It's a little bit harder than I originally expected. Let's move on to the
I
next
mentioned
fucking.
Rat Jacket. I mentioned that to him earlier. He was like, "Fuck you, bite bitch! Don't ever mention to me audio problems again." That's what he said to me.
No. Well, Rat Jacket. The truth is, the music is not really the entertainment here. It was just there to fill in the space when he was taking a dump. Normally, I fucking sit there, talk while you get an amplified version of his toilet bowl microphone, which I secretly installed in his home while he was not paying attention. But this time, we
on,
decided to
what?
play Eggs Get Me High instead.
What'd you say?
I said we played Eggs Get Me High instead.
Oh, okay. I thought you. I don't know. I thought for a second you said you installed a microphone in my toilet.
No. I was just playing Eggs Get Me High. That's why you were hearing
I don't.
that fucked up
I guess I'm
song.
having some sort of weird auditory hallucinations happening. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Don't worry. It happens to the best of us. But anyway, you'll be good. Our next fucking story,
I
though.
need some more alcohol. Is that the problem?
Yeah, cheers. I've got mine. Yoga Talk.
2.5
Alright.
shots in this thing with cranberry juice and ice.
So real talk, though. Our next fucking story is about school. Does your child go to school yet? Or daycare?
Yes.
Okay, so your child's
a
already in
two-work-
school. My
we have
child
two
also
working
goes to
sta-
school. Oh, go ahead. What were you saying?
My son has 2 working parents, and I am one of those 2.
Yeah, my daughter has 2 working parents. I'm one of those 2 as well. So
Boot failure says his child's still in his balls. By the way,
yeah, that happens. I mean, that mine was in my balls for a long time. You know what though? The thing is, that's not true. Boot failure. I'm gonna put a fucking plug in your urethra.
isn't it
if-
like
if
for
you
a few
will.
weeks? It's only
It's a few weeks.
right?
It's a few weeks. Yeah. Now for women though, women are born with the eggs they're born with the eggs they're gonna carry.
It's crazy.
My grandchild is in Una right now. She's in there, like literally in there. Half of her is in there. If I get a grandchild,
That's really weird to say. I don't know if you need to bring it up such a personal level, but
I mean, it's the truth. I mean, why not?
it is
personal?
the truth. But it's
Like,
weird to bring up. That's all
it's
I'm
just
saying.
reality. I have to bring it up that
What
raw.
if she decides not to go into that?
Who cares? Then she doesn't. I said if she does, if it happens, or there could be more than one. Point is, they exist already. That DNA strand is existing on this physical plane right now. The one that is going to get combined with it, God fucking willing, doesn't exist right now. So it is.
Again, wow. Okay.
So it's weird that the
God
permanence,
wow, okay.
the permanence that girls have in their whole thing. Wow, but it's true, right? Like fucking
I
realize it. It's true.
I'm gonna let you talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, but anyway, the point is, it's interesting when boot failure brings that up. It does hit home because it's true, but it's not actually true. Your balls are going to create your child, but your child is actually in someone's uterus right now. That's what's actually going on. It's in the fallopian tubes.
His
of
balls
some-
are in a uterus.
No,
his
his
balls.
child. Half of
Boot
his child.
failures balls are
Half
are
of
in
his
a
child
uterus
is
right now.
yeah, half of his future
He's
child,
having
if he
sex
has one,
while
is physically
watching the
present
stream.
on this
His
planet
balls
right now.
Are inside, which is a weird form of sex.
Unless the mother of his child is born tomorrow, in which
inside of
case
the uterus,
then he has to
which
wait
is a weird
18
place
years
to
before he
keep your
can
balls.
legally
You're going
have that
really
child.
deep. That's really deep.
Balls deep, in fact. Really deep. Are we talking about the same thing?
I honestly don't know what's happening. I'm just trying to go along.
Well,
go with
I'm
the
just
flow.
saying, okay, we both have kids in school. That's my fucking point. We got back to
Okay.
the real root of the situation.
There's
we
an
got kids in
institution involved. We know
There's
that.
an institution called school. Your kid's got a teacher. My kid's got a teacher. It's how it works. Anyway, in November, that's this fucking month, by the way, fuckers. Calhoun City High School in Mississippi, this bitch teacher handed out what she thought were beef jerky snacks in her classroom celebration,
Yeah, dog.
which she did as a reward for the class achieving long-term goals in the classroom. Sometimes teachers will give pajama days or maybe extra recess time, perhaps. But no, this woman gave beef jerky snacks as the reward. Already controversial enough for any
Beef is
vegetarian.
sacred in India.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's already controversial enough for any vegetarian students that may be in that class
Should have
to
been
hand
turkey
these.
jerky. Should have been turkey jerky.
But this is fucking bacon. Like, it's not actual bacon. It's fucking bacon strips. They were fucking
Bacon,
beef flavored
bacon,
dog
bacon.
treats. She gave her class dog treats. 8 students ate the treats. 1 ended up at the hospital with a stomach ache, which I'm sure was over dramatized, but poison control was contacted. Parents were notified, and the teacher is now no longer employed by the district. Fox News framed it as a
district?
firing, but is truly a
Which
resignation.
district?
The Calhoun City High School in Mississippi.
Calhoun, Mississippi. Is that a county or is that a town?
Calhoun is a city, not a
Okay.
county. So I'm sure they have a Department of Education that's above them.
Do
We
you
could
think-
go deep. I don't have
No,
that
they
much.
don't.
I have
Department
the article
Education was
though.
disbanded.
Hmm?
The Department of Education was disbanded.
Yes, so no longer does the federal government have any say as to whether or not this teacher
Yeah,
can
Red Jacket, I
continue
thought
to.
the same thing.
Yeah, it's good. I'm glad that we got the.
They call that juxtaposition. Juxtaposition, you know that term?
Yes,
It's
it
a
is.
good
It's
term.
when.
It's a very good term.
Yeah, it's when you put one thing that's different than another thing
No.
next to it to make it
No.
stand out. What do you mean?
Juxtaposition is
The fuck do you think juxtaposition means?
Well, I'll tell you. You ready?
Go ahead. I'm waiting with bated breath.
Showing two it's it's hard to define first off.
I just did though.
No, you defined it wrong. Juxtaposition is basically a meaning of two images just because they're close to each other.
Images. I don't think
Hold
images
on,
is
let
correct.
me finish it. Juxtaposition is like having two things, like have a correspondence between two things because one follows the other. There's a meaning or insinuation of a meaning because one image follows the other.
I don't think that's it.
Juxtaposition.
I don't think that's what it is. Now
I'm
I'm going to
gonna
look
look
up the dictionary definition of
Look
it.
up juxtaposition. Let's do a poll. No, I'm just kidding.
No polls. Last time that was fun.
I know.
It's the fact of two things being seen or placed or observed close together with
There you go.
contrasting effect. I was correct. Contrasting effect in order to emphasize them.
contrasting.
Contrasting effect. That's the main thing, and that's what I said.
Contrasting. It could be just
It says
contrasting is
contrasting.
wrong. I'm gonna
It's
look
not
it up.
wrong, man. That's what I always knew it was. And now this definition from whatever dictionary this is, Merriam-Webster, is saying that. So not that they are any authority. The only authority is my nutsack, which also says, by the way, that juxtaposition
No,
is
it says compare or contrast, you idiot. I'm looking at it now.
No, that's a different one. That's a different definition. It's fine though. Or
compare or contrast, which is what I said.
Compare or contrast is fine. I don't care. It's a different definition.
But the point being is when you put them side by side, it makes you think that one has to do with the other. So it's like because there's jerky there and a dog, maybe it's dog meat. You see what I'm saying? That's juxtaposition. Because of them being side by side, you think there's some sort of connection between the dog and the meat, and you think dog meat.
Yeah, but there has
see
to
what
be
I'm
some
saying?
kind of contrast for it to actually be
No,
juxtaposition.
it says compare or contrast.
I suppose.
Contrast.
I mean, we could say that beef jerky is juxtaposed against this dog. There's enough contrasting elements that it works. It does. Anyway, the point is, though, that dog is not the person that consumed these fucking beef jerky treats. These students did. What would you do if your son came home from school and you were notified that he ate dog food?
I would say I prefer him not to eat dog food. And why would he be fed dog food?
Would you change your school? It was a mistake, all right? So I'm being real. Like I'm actually finding out what you would do. If it was I know what I'd do. If it was my daughter's teacher, I would be like, God damn, that sucks. And that'd be the end of that.
What was her rationality for it?
She thought they were beef jerky.
But where'd she get it? How did she, from a bag unmarked?
The problem exactly is that she didn't take enough care as to what she fed her students. That's a
No,
big
but
deal
okay,
what you
but
feed
how did she
people.
make that mistake? Is what I'm asking.
Obviously, there were dog treats and beef jerky, and they were juxtaposed next to each other,
They're
and she could
juxtaposed.
not see that
But
contrast that
how
you
did it
think
get
needs
mixed
to
up?
be there,
How
or
did
that
it
I
get
think.
mixed up? Did she
Mhm.
give an explanation of how?
Well, we can look into this more. I don't have the
Well, okay,
details.
she's
She is
saying, "Oh,
fired.
I didn't
She's
know."
not. She did resign. I have the article. Okay, so here's
But how
Fox
did she
Live
make
News,
this mistake? Is what I'm asking. How did she
November
accidentally have this
22nd.
happen?
All right, hold on. Credited the nurse for quick response. That doesn't make sense. All right, I'm going to find out if I can get more information. This article by Fox News, which is, by the way, our source today on this one, is not enough. So what was your question exactly?
How did she? Her defense is that she didn't know. So how did she get this mixed up with regular jerky?
All right, I'll find out if there's any more information. There's a lot of privacy involved with this, unfortunately. They seal
That
up these
Mucinex
things
is
very
not working.
quickly. I don't understand how people wind up keeping things like that a secret. Like, she's saying she mistook it,
But
that it
how?
contained
Where'd she
human
get it?
jerky when she handed them out.
But how did she how did she end up with mystery meat?
The
she
exact
didn't know what it was?
circumstances is not understandable. Like, the package didn't say dog jerky on it at the school. It was in a Ziploc bag.
So she just found a mystery
The
bag
teacher
of meat.
was either forcibly told to resign or resigned on her own free will, and we don't know that. There's no public record of any criminal charges involved with this person. There's no indication that child services or police were called. There are no reports. There are no regulatory bodies other
Who's
than.
gonna cup is here.
And the most reason why is this woman resigned almost immediately afterwards. So because of the resignation, none of this investigation
She
happened.
probably didn't explain anything.
She
Doesn't
didn't.
make sense.
She didn't
School
explain
gets
it.
their
She
food
just
from
quit.
distributors.
She quit the
Sounds
next day.
that
She
brought
didn't
her
explain.
own
She
dog
just
treats from
quit.
home.
She probably lawyered up, and that's the end of it.
Well, what I'm getting at, the obvious question is,
She did
how-
bring her own drug treats from home. Clearly, boot failure, was it an accident or was it revenge? I don't know. Was she quiet quitting? I don't know the answer to this. What she did do, though, was she effectively squashed any information about that situation because
So there's
she
two
resigned.
scenarios. There's two things. You intentionally gave them dog food. That's number one.
Right. Yep. That's number one. Yep.
Number two is you inadvertently gave them dog food.
Correct.
So let's
Number
assume
two.
scenario number two. Then scenario two is like, so
How did that
you
happen?
come across getting anything? How did you come across getting the dog food? How did you mix it up with regular human edible beef jerky? How did that happen?
Yeah,
We get no
it just seems
explanation.
very unlikely that those chain of events would occur. You're right. I know. That's why she resigned immediately, so that no one would find out the answer to those questions, leaving it an enigma for all time. At the end of existence entirely, people will still not know what really happened that day, or what led up to it happening, I guess. What really happened was 8 kids got sick from eating that shit. And one of them went to the hospital, probably unnecessarily. After all, they're just fucking dog treats. Seriously, they're not that bad.
Maybe it was even expired dog treats.
Could have been. I mean, it could have been fucking THC dog treats for all I know.
Did you see that story I sent you? Did you already do that story in a previous dumpster talk?
Probably. What story is it?
It was in the Discord.
What story was it? I'll remember right away.
Viking poop.
I did not.
Well, it's there in the
Let's
Discord.
do the story. We're doing a flash story right now. Oh my god, there is Viking poop. Dude. You even gave me an image. You're a legend. It's going right where it belongs.
You guys get ready for this.
Get ready for this, guys.
This is a dumpster
This is a
talk story if I've ever
bite
seen
bit
one.
right here. This
This
is
is a
bite
Bite Binge
binge
news exclusive.
Not Bite Binge News exclusive. Exactly. You only hear it here, and only because we have Bite Binge with us. I couldn't have brought this to you. This is beyond my talent. And I've just got to place it very carefully deep into this folder where it will remain and become our next topic.
Okay, let's do it.
There it is. Now to unfold its majesty.
This almost goes with the devil went down to Georgia penis thing we did earlier.
It kind of does. So history remembers warriors for many different reasons. For ruling nations and stomping their enemies. But one Viking left behind this gigantic fucking turd. It is the biggest human turd ever recorded. Now, I've done some football-sized turds before, but this giant fucking Viking turd...
This turd belongs in a museum.
Well, it is in a museum. It's a shocking 20 centimeters, 8 inches long, and 5 centimeters wide. Now, that's not that shocking. I've had shit bigger than this, so I'm going to straight up challenge this.
Do you think Indiana Jones could be looking for this in his next movie?
I honestly think I have a picture of a turd bigger than this that I took.
So what's the story? Tell us the story behind
this must be dehydrated, though. Like,
well, it's been around since like
it's the year 150. It's been around, so about 18,000 or 1800 years. Yeah.
What do you think the Viking guy's face looked like when he took this turd?
I mean, he was probably had his mouth in an O shape, I would imagine.
Just okay, but tell us the story behind the turd. There's a story behind it, right? I gave you a link.
Wait, I mean, I'm looking at the story. I'm trying. I can't read all this at once. I guess I gotta have someone else summarize. They're saying, you idiot. This thing is so long. All right, I'm gonna show the story now.
Well, you could just read the cliff
notes. This is the story he gave me. Look at all this. Look how long it is. I have read this much of it. And he's like, get to the part. I don't know what fucking part you're talking. Why don't you fucking tell the story? It's your fucking news story. You fucking do it. Lead the story. I'll make dumb comments. We're switching roles.
I didn't pull it up.
Well, yeah, because you're not fucking ready.
I thought you were the host. That you're just.
I am the host, but now I'm not fulfilling the role of reading your fucking shit quick enough. Or understanding shit quick enough. So now
go back and read it now and try to give you some talking points.
I mean, well, we could talk. I can do that very slowly, but not at the pace that you were trying to request. Now this is taking forever because of your bullshit.
I thought you were looking at it.
I was looking at it. It's huge. It's a huge fucking article. It involves like them eating shellfish and fruit. They like took this thing apart and measured the molecular structure of this turd. Okay, there's a lot of fucking words.
What are we looking at? What
to read? It says fucking turd. That's what we're looking at. A fucking turd.
Why are they showing it in a museum?
Because it's a fucking old ass Viking turd, and it was a really big one that was obviously worth preserving, and did obviously become a petrified turd. It is a rock. This turd is now a rock. I hope one of my turds becomes a motherfucking rock. That would be badass. I should start making preparations to make a giant fucking turd rock farm. I'll fucking go out in my backyard and just take a giant fucking squat every day and make sure they're preserved in the correct environment. You
so
bitch.
Those are acrylic clamps, right? Holding on to that turd?
Okay, according to Boot Failure, that he is...
Oh, you use AI.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He did. Let's show it. It's gross, but I don't care. Here's what Boot Failure has made with AI.
This is a Discord
turding
exclusive.
Out this worm. It actually, though, is not a turd, right? This is actually the first case of Viking worms. And he needed to be dewormed at his local veterinary technician gave him some pills, and that's what happened here. He just got fucking
Well,
dewormed. It's
Also,
hard to pass sometimes. Don't worry.
he's fully
Long
clothed,
strings
by the
coming
way.
out of the turds and clumping of litter is normal, and the use of this branch is also normal. So anyway, boot failure, don't worry, but that's not actually what we're depicting here. That's close. That's a deworming. This is a turd. We're actually looking at a real live turd that has
That's a
been
real Viking turd. That's a real
fucking
one.
defecated out into the earth and then
Is it
was
from
turned
Eric
into
the
rock.
Eric the Red?
So the biggest part about this turd, other than its girth, is its value. So what do you think
much
this
is it worth?
fetches? You're the one
I
bringing me this story, but I normally here would
Fuck
then
you.
musically, I would musefully tell you, hey, Bite Binge, what do you think a museum piece like this would fetch you on the market these days? And you not knowing anything about the news article would make some
58,000.
sort of guess. Okay, what was your guess?
58,000.
$58,000. So okay, now let's find out what the actual price is. It's as irreplaceable as the crown jewels. They're not giving me a clear answer.
How much is, you should Google, Alexa, how much is Viking poop worth?
Someone actually knocked this display
Alexa,
case down and
stop.
caused this turd to fall and break into 3 pieces and had to be re-put together. And it was a teacher
Jailbird-
leading a school tour that
Jailbird,
did
I
it.
said the same thing. It's that turd belongs. I said the same thing, did I not?
Yes.
That turd belongs
It
in a
is in a
museum.
museum.
I
But
said the
apparently
same
it was insured and it got a payout because some teacher knocked it down. So that's interesting.
Anyway, I
But
wanted you guys to
it's
see this.
considered to be priceless though, unfortunately. If you can put a value on it, it's
like the Mona Lisa.
it's like the Mona Lisa. Exactly. It's literally a rock that is a turd. And
You guys,
I
if
am
we
going to
all
be
put our
starting a
Listen.
turd rock garden.
if me, Bite Binge, and bum number 1 put our money together along with Boot Failure, Jill Barron, and Crab Prattle,
Farmers Insurance will get you set up with turd insurance. They'll hook you right up. Go to Farmers for sure with that one.
Crab
I would normally
Prattle,
recommend
first time
USAA, but
chat.
they won't insure
Wow.
your turds. But Farmers will
gotta-
get right on that.
But I gotta say, Crab Prattle, you gotta go in with us. So I'm gonna put in like $500. Bum number 1 will, Jail Baron, Boot Failure, Rat Jacket, Crab Prattle. Maybe with $3,000, we could buy this Viking turd, and we could have it in the studio, like 24/7. We could, and it's like it'll randomly like drop down.
It's a priceless artifact, according to these sources. This museum is not willing to sell it for any price. Even if we offered them the $50K you originally appraised it for, they would never sell it.
It's too valuable.
It's too valuable. We'd have to either give them another piece that's worthy of trade.
Is there any corn in it?
No,
There's no
not a
corn.
trace. There is, again,
No corn.
shellfish. What they're saying is inside it is shellfish, bone, human feces. We don't know if those human feces were eaten or if they were just part of being human feces. And bread
Oh, bread, really?
and fruit. There were signs of fruit seeds, but no signs of vegetables or nuts, which means corn is a no.
Have you ever heard in the American Revolutionary War the shot heard around the world?
Yes, I have heard
Word.
that. Yeah.
So this is the poop heard around the world. Think
Well-
about this guy doing this poop. He didn't realize this is the most famous poop that will ever be done.
It
He
went
didn't know that.
viral. It went so viral
This
back when
poop
viral wasn't a
Went
thing.
viral.
It is. I have taken pictures of turds though that are bigger than this. So
I don't know. You need to have a. You know what you need? You
I'm
need
not
a
allowed to
measuring
put
stick.
that on.
You need a
Oh, we
measuring
do. We
stick.
need to have another song. This one's about the Viking turd versus mine. But I swear to God, my turd was the size of a fucking American football, not a fucking European football, an American one. And the thing would not flush down the toilet.
Fuck
I did
yeah.
take a picture of it, and I have that picture somewhere. It is absolutely obscene. You would not be able to show it on this, but I could put it on my Discord because that's allowed, which is disgusting, but it is allowed. I could put it in a special place where only sick, depraved individuals who want to look at a turd that I shat out like decades ago that's the size of a football looks like. But unfortunately, that turd was broken up.
Is it
We had to break it up, and it was flushed down the
we?
toilet. Yes,
We?
Yes, we. I had to get
You had
facilities
multiple people.
involved. Yes, facilities was involved.
Who was the guy involved?
There were multiple janitors that ended up coming, and it was.
What did they say when they saw your shit?
They said they could not believe the size of it and that it would not fit, and that they didn't know what to do, and they kept calling more people. And then eventually,
And the
they
president
had
was called.
no, they just had a guy like stick it with the plunger and push it and mash it into different pieces and kept flushing it and plunging it. It was
Wait,
disgusting.
where is this? An
It
apartment?
was at the University of North Texas.
Wow. Tell me more about this. This is a great story. Start
Well,
from
it's
the
just a
beginning.
gigantic shit
Start
I
from the
took that
beginning.
ended up clogging the
But how did
dorm
it happen?
toilet.
Start from the beginning. How did it happen?
I took a giant dump.
But what did you eat?
I didn't eat. I don't know what I ate. It was nothing special. I
Oh,
took this
damn.
really big dump. I couldn't flush it. So when I originally
You
took the
called
dump, it was not
facilities
the
about your
size of a
dump?
football. When I originally took the dump, it was like about this size. Okay, it really hurt. It took a long time to get out. It was like this size. Okay, that's not a football. It's about the size of this one. But what happens in a toilet is after you take a dump, the turtles start absorbing water and getting bigger. So like I got it in there and it was about this size and it started expanding. It already wouldn't flush. And so as I continued to try to get help, the thing got bigger and bigger and continued to the point where it was like this big and it was bigger than the hole the toilet has, like the big hole, not just the pipe, the fucking hole, like that you could see in the toilet. It was bigger than that. And there was this pee ring around it too. And I didn't wipe a lot because I didn't need to wipe a lot. It was really hard. So like, it was super dramatic looking. I have a picture of it. And they eventually ended up like smashing it to get it to go in there. And it was super high water level. Everybody was freaking out.
Did you watch them smash it?
Yeah, I did. I did watch
They were
them smash
freaking
it. It
out,
stunk.
over your
Everyone was
turd?
freaking out. It was a fucking it was a scene. It was a fucking scene. And this was not a room toilet. This was a toilet that's at the front of the hall. So I was smoking outside the front of the hall, and like I was not a resident there. I was a guest, and I went and took this shit. So like I owned it and I stayed with it until it was fixed. But I could have left. I could have just left them with it. But
Why
I
don't
was
you just
fascinated.
take the shit with you with your hands.
Oh, no way. No, that was fucking nasty, dude. That thing was fucking that thing was
Get a paper
disgusting.
bag or something.
But yeah. Anyway, it was a real story. It really happened. As
Really
did
happened.
many of fucking shit stories in my life. The John Redshirt shit story is still the most crazy shit story I have. You've heard it many times, I'm sure. But this one you haven't heard. Like this one was just a shit of mine. And it was pretty uneventful. It
little
was
shit
before
of
Kyle.
mine, I'm gonna make it shine.
But I did have to get facilities
you
involved.
sing
And my
that
proudest
song to
part
them?
about all of that is that I did get a picture of it. So it's a genuine picture too.
Did you hold it up to your face like this? As
No,
you got
I
a
had-
picture.
No, I had it fucking developed. Like it was a genuine photo before digital photos were like the thing. I had
No,
to
I
take
think
it with film.
You're pressing it against your face and licking it. You took a picture, right?
No, I have the negatives and shit. It's like old school film picture. This was
Film noir.
decades ago. It was more than 20 years ago. Before Kaio. There was no Kaio when this happened. Well, there was Kaio. She wasn't in that school though. She wasn't even going there. She was in Hawaii.
She
So
wasn't intertwined in your life.
not
yet.
at all. She was separated. Somehow I was on my miserable
Separate
shit
but
journey.
equal.
Not equal either. They were
That's the
definitely
se-
different.
For you guys that don't know, that was the segregation laws in America when we were
Oh,
very
separate,
racist.
not equal. Oh, good lord.
Separate but equal.
Separate
actually.
but equal. It's such a fallacy. That was
Yeah, we were
Cap-
very fucked up in this country at one point.
man, explaining that shit to my daughter is the hardest thing to do. And then
Really?
dealing with
Have you
my
had
gang
that?
too.
Have you done that?
Oh god, yeah, I have to talk about that stuff all the time
The
because it's
separate
like
but equal stuff?
no, not the separate but equal stuff. That's stupid as hell. I haven't gone that far
No,
into
but
detail
that's
with it.
what their policy
I'm talking
was.
about why we don't say certain things and how owning people is the dumbest thing in the world and how some people are still doing it and where they are. We
Is
pull
she
out the
aware of
globe and show
slavery?
it. Slavery, yes, we talk about it and how bad it is. It's the worst
What does
thing.
she think about? What is her not? What do you think her understanding is of slavery?
She thinks that we were horrible people before. That's what her understanding is. It's a pretty good understanding, I think. I think she understands it pretty well. And we have to respect the fact that that happened and not talk the way the people did back then. That's what it is. And it's hard to explain that black people still use those slave words like with themselves. I don't understand that part. It's hard to explain, but I've definitely explained that to her too. You have to. Like, if you don't tell people the truth, then you're just fucking them over. I have to tell her the truth about everything. That's the state of the situation. You've got these horribly disrespectful words that are based in the fact that people can be owned, and yet now they're been flipped around and they're still disrespectful, but only the people who were enslaved can use them. And it's fucking weird. It's just the way it is. And
Well,
whether
even the
that's right or
concept-
wrong, it's a whole nother situation. But
Well, I have a son. Like I do think about the concept of cruelty because you have two parents that you interact with. You don't even understand right now. He has no concept of cruelty.
no, it's so beautiful and pure. He has no concept. I love no concept. It's the best. Spoiling that, which the school does, by the way, spoiling that sucks. It sucks to watch that happen. And you can be there to help it not suck as bad. You have to watch for it, otherwise it'll happen without you fucking paying attention, and then you won't have any influence on what they think about it. It's horrible. It's horrible. But they start the game not even thinking there's an issue. There's no issue for so long. It was so long where she didn't even think about it. It wasn't even a thing. Didn't even cross her mind. And then
It didn't even
it started
exist.
It
in a
wasn't
world,
even
and
it
has
wasn't
to come in. It has to come in.
it
'cause
does.
exist.
It does exist. It did exist. And it does now exist, but not here.
I know, but just the fact that it does exist.
Murder
is like,
exists too. All these other things,
People
and
are
explaining
cruel to one
murder is an
another, and you have
interesting
to-
thing.
That
When you
has to come
explain
into your child's mind, which is hard. Like
explaining murder to your kid's an interesting one. Have fun with that.
Okay, tell me about that. Tell me. Because obviously I'm way behind. I'm way behind on you, as you know.
But it start the word.
So she knows about murder?
Death. Yes. Once you start
Not
talking
death, but
about death. Yes, of course she knows about murder. My God, she's 7. Yes, she definitely knows about murder.
So what
that happened a long time ago.
What was her take on it when you feel like she first understood that? What did she say?
It's horrible, and we need to be able to stop it. It's one of the reasons that she's doing the Taekwondo. She's doing the Taekwondo mostly because she thought it was fucking cool when the guy at the library did it. And I wasn't even there. Like, Kaio took her to the library, and the guy was breaking boards, and she was like, oh, I want to do that. And the guy was like, you could do it. And then now she's doing that shit. But she's scared of being murdered. That's her take. And most children's immediate take when it comes to murder is that they're scared of it happening to them. Of course, that's the normal first, not, oh, I'm going to do that. That's not what they think. It's, oh, God, that's going to happen. What do I do to stop that? And why do people do it? And all kinds of questions happen. And there's no good answers for it, honestly. I mean, there are a lot of reasons people kill each other, but There are not a lot of good reasons people kill each other. It's a stupid thing to do. It's kind of wrong. So this is one of those. And most people kind of cop out of having to talk to their kids about all this shit. And the reason why is the church does it for them. They go to Sunday school and someone says, thou shalt not kill. And that's the end of their fucking education about that. They don't have to critically think about anything. But
Yeah, they do, because Cain kills Abel. You have to think about it in that story.
that's before the 10 Commandments. But yes, you do. You could think about it. It's wrong, like, I guess.
I'm just saying it's brought up, not it's not.
And the
just
reason behind it, the
mentioned
motive
in-
behind it, oh, it's brought up. Yes, of course it's brought up. But the thing is, the Sunday school teacher's teaching it for you. You don't have to do it. If you're a church person, they're going to breach that subject with your kid way before you do. I know this because
Food
that's how
failure.
it went with me. My parents didn't talk to me about murder. The fucking Sunday school teacher did. And it's just the convenient way that a lot of parents in the 1980s, and maybe now too, I don't know, but certainly my parents, they avoided having to fucking breach any of those topics with a young person. This fucking church did it, and they didn't do it right either. Church did it super stupidly and inappropriately as well. Lots of wrong answers. So if you care about your kids, answer the fucking questions yourself. It's my advice to you. Otherwise, you're going to get a bunch of fucking bullshit told to them, and you don't know whether or not they even remember it. They might not tell you, you know. They might not tell you for fucking 2 years. Do you know what happened, dude? All right, here's what happened. My kid fucking learned something from her first grade teacher. She learned that ferns were plants from her fucking first grade teacher. Right? She told me that like this fucking month. This month she told me that. Ferns are not fucking plants. They're fucking protozoa. The teacher was wrong. They spent a whole fucking week talking about that wrong. But I didn't know because Una didn't tell me that shit until now. She's just like, oh, ferns are plants. I was like, no, they're not. They're protozoa. She's like, no, they're plants. My teacher told me in first grade. We spent a week talking about this. It's like, what the fuck?
Why would they focus on ferns specifically?
Some idiot made bad material. The teacher copied it, presented it to the class. They learned the incorrect information, and that happened. And nobody complained about it. Not a single peep from anyone. And now I'm finding about it later, like a year later. Okay, so that's not even important. It's a fucking stupid fact about science, right? When it's talking about murder, fucking murder, and sex and shit, you should fucking talk to your kids about that shit, all right? Talk to your kids about those, all the fucking hard shit, like about what happens when you're dead and the fact that you don't fucking have any idea. Fucking tell them. It's good. You don't have to do it now, Bite Binge. Don't worry, your kid's too young. But when they ask, that's the time to fucking tell them. It'll make their life easier, man. I had to figure that shit out by myself. It was real difficult because I believed some fucking horseshit lies that some fucking college graduate Sunday school teacher fucking fuckhole weirdo told us all. He didn't fucking know. He didn't fucking probably even believe the shit he was saying. I don't like my memory going back to church and the Sunday school, that guy was high probably. But my mom and dad didn't fucking know that.
I'm not
Dumb
able
as
to find
hell.
anything that backs up what you're saying.
What you mean about my high Sunday school teacher talking to us?
That they're not plants, because everything I look at says they're vascular plants.
Are they? Maybe I'm wrong. Shit. If I'm
saying I
wrong, then I'm
Googled it as
embarrassed.
You're talking about it. Everything I'm looking at says they're vascular plants, but they are plants. So I don't know what you're talking about. Your whole rant.
Holy shit! I'm wrong. Because they reproduce via spores.
But they're vascular plants, but they're still plants.
They belong to Protista kingdom, though, not Planta. They're in a different kingdom. Wait, no. They are in the plant kingdom. God damn it. They are. All right, never mind.
They're just, like you said, spore reproducing plants, but they're still
What the
plants.
fuck? All right, well, maybe I learned wrong. That's what happened. My teachers taught me wrong. That's what happened. Luckily, I didn't complain. I'm just complaining now because I just found that out. It turns out I was educated wrong, and because like the Pluto thing and other stuff. Well, fuck. I was taught wrong. I was totally told that plants
was-
are that ferns were protozoa. I was totally told that. I taught that in school. I had books with that shit in there. So, all right, I'm the fucking problem here, though. That's interesting. So I had to fucking eat a piece of humble pie on that one.
You should eat a piece of shit. This Viking shit. You should buy it from.
Well, you should
museum
learn how to
first.
fucking admit when you're wrong as gracefully as I do, because you fucking
what? I
don't
feel
know how
like-
to do it.
No, I do. You know what? I feel like people are really bad at. One of the problems that we have in America, as Americans, are very obstinate. We're very opinionated.
Yeah, we are.
And I think Americans are very bad at like saying, you know what, I think this, but I could be wrong, and maybe you could prove me wrong. And you know what,
Oh, it needs to be part of the way
and I
things
think
are.
America is like we're all very we're in our own silos. These silos have opinion A, this silo has opinion B, and never shall the
This
two.
phenomenon, though, has been strengthening over the last 20 years. It didn't used to be like that. It didn't. In fact,
No.
America used to be looked at on the world stage, even when the internet was created, as a place where debate could actually cause people to change their opinions or shift policy in a meaningful way, due to the fact that democracy involves the majority opinion mattering. So getting people to sway their opinion only matters in democracy as far as that. And so our system of government is put a lot of attention on that being a good thing, but it's not working out right now. And this 20 years hasn't been working out so good. It's been pretty bad. Ever since I left for Japan, it's been really fucking bad, actually. Like,
But what I was gonna say is, there's actually a nobility to being wrong. There's a nobility to changing your mind about something and being convinced that your position was wrong, and be like, you know what, I should consider that maybe I'm wrong on this. But Americans have become very like siloed and these own bubbles and
yeah, for
sects.
real. I'll go one step
And-
further. People don't
What?
correct themselves after they're wrong.
That's what
They
I'm
don't
saying.
fix. They don't fix if they did it wrong, or if there's something they did. They'll go back and fix it. Fucking fix it too. Also, if you do something wrong, I think that's just me. But
what I'm trying to say is, I think you should like being wrong. I think there's too many people who don't like being wrong, and because
Yeah.
and so they're like, okay,
I think
so
people are afraid of it. You should not be
they're
afraid
afraid-
of it.
but they are afraid of being wrong, and I'm not afraid of being wrong. I'm like,
Not me too.
I have these things that I think, but you know what? You could potentially present an argument that's better than what I could present, and I could be convinced. Whereas I think most people
Being
are
wrong
like,
just means you're going to be right the next time you talk about that thing. That's all it is. And you're wrong so little. You're very, very rarely wrong. So when it does happen, just fucking embrace it, deal with it, and be right next time. It's easy. And if you're not like that, you're going to end up being wrong a lot. That actually is what ends up happening. You end up being wrong
is a
more.
very noble thing, especially when you recognize it within yourself. And I think never recognizing wrongness in yourself is a sign that you're closed off to the world. You're closed off to additional facts. You're closed off to additional information. And if you're so worried about being wrong that you're closed off to additional information, you're not living a good life. You're not living an open-minded life.
Yeah, for
And you
real.
shouldn't
You
be-
should always be open-minded because so much shit is so changing all the time. My God. Shit's getting fucking unreal out here. It's unreal.
Well,
That
I've
Viking
always-
turd is unreal.
Yeah, we should just keep that up there for another like hour or so.
Keep it going. Yeah. Yeah, why not? The Viking
Bird
turd
just up there.
is a symbol of what we are talking about right now. The never-ending human misunderstanding.
The thing is, I think it's interesting to be wrong, to think on myself, maybe I was wrong about something that maybe even I thought a long time. So even someone like when I was very young, you know, I was more into maybe we should go to war with Iraq. To me, that's a big thing. I was very young at the time.
Oh, when I was young, I thought that violence was cool, and I was an idiot. So yes, I was in the
yeah,
same
the
boat
U.S.
back then.
military gets to fuck shit up, and I like that. You know,
I
and here's the
also thought
reasons
that
why.
watching war
And I
on
was
TV
very-
was entertaining at that time. I was with George Carlin with the chicken wing and just chewing it and watching the war on TV. And as a little angst teenager, church judgmental fuckhole asshole that didn't even know what the hell the war was, I was just like, hell yeah, blow that shit up. America's badass. You fuckers should have listened to us. That's all I thought about that war was, we warned them. They should have listened to us. That's what I thought, and nothing more. Nothing more.
But the aftermath of the Iraq War really molded my mind on how the government deceives the public, deceives Congress, deceives. It
Which
basically
war are you
takes
talking about? Are you talking about
the
the
Iraq
second one?
War.
The second one?
The second Iraq War.
Okay, okay. I was talking about the first one. So sorry. Now I'm talking about the second one with you. The
That
first,
one
I
made
wasn't saying
more
anything about
sense.
deceit or anything. I
mean,
was just talking
there were at
about
least-
how
there at
my
least-
attitude was in the first one. I was just like watching it like a porno. I did not. I watched it for entertainment only,
Which
like
one?
a video
Which one?
game.
What are we talking about?
The first Iraq War, when I was a child, I was
I'll
a
be back.
child,
I'll be back.
an inappropriate child. So keep in mind, this is not my opinion now. This is what my dumbass teenager was like. I got excited and I wanted to watch stuff blow up. That is what it was for me when I was that age. I also hated life in general at that time, and I'm very lucky I survived, because at that time I was dumb enough to consider not continuing to live as well and other dumb stuff. I was an idiot, total idiot. But I think a lot of teenagers are like that. Hopefully they get through that kind of crap. If there's enough entertainment available for them, they should be able to deal with all the people trying to control them and make them do what they say instead of what they want to do. But I was definitely all fucked up. All fucked up. I was never cool until around 21 or 2 years of age. Until then, I was fucking the opposite of cool. You may know me as what I am. I was not like that. I was a fucked up, judgmental person. But yes, Carlin was a GOAT comedian for sure. He's one of my favorites, but he's unfortunately no longer with us. God rest his fucking soul. And we got to keep this turd up. But the next fucking article, I can't believe that ferns are not fucking protozoa. I'm gutted. I'm gutted as a person. They do have spores, so at least I know that much is not wrong. I don't feel like the Mandela effect has... I feel like it's more than the Mandela effect. I got fucking told the wrong fucking shit. That's what happened.
About what?
Oh, I'm talking about the situation with me being told the wrong shit.
About what?
I forgot.
Interesting. So let me go on to my thing. So
All right,
what
go
I was
ahead.
saying about the Second World War. So I remember having all the talking points in my mind about why it was justified, how there's no fly zones. I don't know if you remember this. And they were shooting at our airplanes because they're tired of us, like still enforcing a no fly zone north of Baghdad and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No fly zone, for you guys that don't know, is in
No-fly
Iraq.
zone.
We wouldn't allow the government of Iraq to fly airplanes like far north of Baghdad and stuff in their own country, because what happened was, I somewhat understand this to some degree, even now. There was a bombing in the Kurds or gassing and stuff, but that happened in 1990. What was the original Iraq War? It was 1990, like
1990.
4.
Yeah, it was early. It was real early. I think it was 5, but I might be wrong. I don't
but
know.
the
I feel
point-
like I was 15, but let me look. I was definitely a hatred-filled teenager.
But what I'm getting at is, so the concept behind the no-fly zones in Iraq and Baghdad was the government of Iraq did some gas bombings of the Kurds in the north of Iraq.
1990. I wasn't a
but
teenager.
okay,
I
so
was
we
only 10.
so justifiably for some amount of time, we enforced a no-fly zone where we didn't allow Saddam Hussein to fly airplanes over those territories where they chemical bombed them.
Yep.
Which makes sense for some amount of time. But then when you're enforcing that, let's say 10 years later, like how much sense does that make?
Well, I mean, Saddam Hussein was executed by that point, wasn't he? He's dead, isn't he?
No, but we're saying so he did do chemical bombings of
Yes, he
in the
did. He
north.
so did.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So what I'm getting at is the United States continues to enforce a no-fly zone
Right
in those
now.
areas, which made
How
what?
long did they do it? From when to when?
From the first Iraq War to the second Iraq War.
The whole time. Okay. All right.
But what I'm getting at is that how long is an appropriate amount of time to enforce a no-fly zone? Because it makes sense that they did it when it happened. I get it. They chemical bombed people in the north of Iraq because they were dissidents, according to Saddam Hussein, and he killed tens of thousands of them. Right?
Right. Yep,
You're aware of
he
that,
did.
right?
He did. I am
did
definitely
do
aware
that.
of all the horrible
So,
things that Saddam
to
Hussein
enforce
did. Yes.
to enforce a no-fly zone is completely justified for some amount of time. But just what is an appropriate amount of time? 1 year, 2 year, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At what point in time is it like you're not allowed to fly any airplanes around here? Okay. You know what I mean?
I think
You
the
know what I'm getting
appropriate
at?
amount of time is when the leader that did all the war crimes is out. But the thing is, everybody's doing war crimes these days. I mean, Putin's doing them, Trump's doing them. I mean, we're all doing war crimes. So who the fuck cares? War crimes only happen after you lose. So that's what
To
we
the
gotta just
losers,
fucking
yeah.
wake up to the reality of the fact that there are no war crimes until you lose, and then
It's
you're
a
already.
tricky thing to enforce.
It's
Sure.
fucking stupid. It's stupid. The whole idea of it is stupid. But
Well, it wasn't
is-
stupid at Nuremberg, was it?
I don't get the reference.
Was
Actually,
war
I'm
crimes
sorry. I'm
stupid to
embarrassed.
enforce at Nuremberg?
What was Nuremberg? I'm sorry for
you
being
serious?
ignorant. I am totally serious.
Really?
I'm ignorant about this. Yes.
Nuremberg is where they tried the Nazis for their crimes against humanity.
Oh, that's very significant. It is important. Like I said, the losers though have to worry about war crimes.
Yes, they have to worry about it. The losers.
Yeah,
have to
the
worry
losers
about
have to worry about dying too. So war crimes
No, but the
are
point is
less a
afterwards, like you
consequence
did
than
things
death.
that were above and beyond what a country should have done during war in annihilating and genocide.
Right,
So therefore, we're going
exactly.
to try you, and you're going to be put to death if you're guilty of XYZ.
Yep. Pretty much.
So those are war crimes.
Those are war crimes. Yep, but they only happen if you lose the war.
I
The
know,
war
you
winners
said
don't
that.
have to deal with war crimes. And that there's
Yeah,
war.
there
There's
was-
people
yeah,
in the midst of
so-
war also not having to deal with war crimes. As long
So,
as
for instance-
as long as the war is not over,
I'm
war
trying to
crimes are not
strongman.
enforceable.
I'm gonna
It's like
strongman you here.
extensions. I'm gonna have to keep going one little bit more. It's like in the court system when you keep filing for an extension of the case. As long as you keep fighting the war crimes don't catch up to you. Go ahead.
Well, to back up what you're saying, you know what it means to strongman? Like you're
Yeah,
saying-
straw
so
man argument. Yeah, I know. Yeah, of course.
strong, the opposite of strong.
Oh,
man.
I totally don't know. Yeah, what?
So the opposite of straw man is a strong man in an argument, which means to take your argument and to make it the best possible.
Oh, okay.
There's
I've
an
never heard
opposite
of
of
that.
straw man. I came across the concept of it a few years ago.
Do it. I want to hear it.
But what I'm talking about is
Demonstrate
yeah.
it.
So my understanding is like Dresden during the U.S. firebombing Dresden in Germany, where the war was like obviously over, but they're testing out weapons on enemy territory that they know is like they just want to test out weapons, and this happens in war where
It does, of course. They're doing horrible things, of course, all the time. Yeah, they
They-
were doing.
they just-
Don't forget the Manhattan Project on the other side of the earth. They were doing that
but
too.
there's at least arguments to that to some degree. I don't think there's much argument for Dresden.
The firebombing was worse. Honestly, I'm gonna just go and
Dresden-
say I think
but
that from
Dresden
an
was-
objective
was-
standpoint, the Tokyo firebombing was worse than the Hiroshima nuclear bombing. Although,
It
from a
was.
perspective of how
You don't understand-
awful the weapon is, I know
I'm
that the
connecting
weapon's
to what you're
worse,
saying
but-
right now. which is Dresden. It was the lead up to that. You know that, right?
Yeah, I do.
Dresden was like let's test this out on Germany. These fire bombings that we're going to use on Japan.
On Japan, yep.
But
I
we
know.
want to test
I
them
know.
where we have better air superiority here in Germany.
Yeah, that's what they did,
So
and it worked.
they chose targets where, I mean, the war is fucking over in Germany. They know this. They're just like, but like, we're gonna test what happens in war. They want to test out weapons. So it's like, even though they know it's not necessary to do all this damage, they want to see what happens. Let's
Yep,
try it
it's
out.
just like the game. Yep, you got to test it. And this is a time where you can legally do it, even if it's not necessarily, again, not a war crime.
Rat Jack is trying to say it's steel man in an argument, not strong man. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're steel man in the argument.
I have no idea. I only know
Could be.
about the straw man argument. I have no idea about these other arguments. I'm
I could be
learning.
s-
I'm
it could
learning,
be
and I'm
steel
not
man.
taking
Maybe
it
I'm
with a
getting it
grain
wrong.
as well, especially since people have different varying opinions about what these things are called.
So after they did Dresden, they're like, oh, all right, yeah, this is gonna work well. By the way, I told this to Bum Number One. Did I tell you that? I think I told you this before. There was a general or the head of the Air Force who was given the mission to burn Tokyo with napalm.
Yes, you have told me this. Yes.
And he said he refused.
Yes.
And they just got rid of him and put in another guy, and then he did it.
Good
And
on
that's
him.
how that's when they started.
That's how it works,
Doing-
unfortunately. Your conviction's not enough in a military to
They
fix
just
anything.
get rid of you and put in a different guy. Like, okay, well now
Exactly.
he's willing to do it. But
At
the
least that
first
guy
guy in
doesn't
the
have to
America,
deal with that.
but the thing is, that guy, just so you guys know, the first guy in the Air Force, head of the Air Force in America, who was asked to napalm Tokyo, said no. He said the losses are going to be too extreme. It's not going to help us in the long term. You're going to be killing so many people. It's going to be fucking crazy. You shouldn't do it. I'm not going to do it. And he's like, all right, well, you're fired.
Fired.
He's out, and they bring in another guy.
And they
who's
did it
willing to
because
napalm
honestly,
Tokyo,
the
and
only
they did it.
person that matters is the person calling the shots. It sucks. They would give way too much power to one person, even with all these checks and balances on this shit. It's way too much power for one person. Way too much. We're clearly seeing that in a milder than what could be the worst situation right now. This is not. Trump is an asshole. Yes, he is. Yes, he's out there doing all this crazy shit he shouldn't be doing. He's way fucking taking the Constitution and wiping his ass with it. Yes, he is. It's actually not the worst thing that could happen. He is not Adolf Hitler. He's very bad, but he's not that bad. He's very bad, but not that bad.
I've
So
always said he's low level evil. He's not. Hitler is like
don't
the
even-
highest level of
Yeah,
evil you
it's
could
like- he's
possibly
some-
get to. He's very low level, which I could be like shades of evil myself.
we're
are.
all shades of evil, but I think he's stupid
I
evil
don't think
more than
I
low
don't
level
think
evil.
I don't. Yeah, he's
I don't
more
think
like,
he's got the
chaotic
mental.
evil.
He's more of like chaotic evil is very much correct. It's chaotic evil with very much narcissism. It's mostly himself. He's definitely not trying to actively hurt people, I don't think, really too much, unless they're his enemy. He's very weird. He's a very weird human being.
What I'm
I
getting at
would
is
never
the
give him
level of
power,
evil.
but he's got
Even
it. So
if you compared Trump to Hitler or Stalin or Pol Pot or a lot of these other
Mhm.
really truly evil, even Genghis Khan, the most truly
Yeah.
evil people in history, he's nowhere near.
Nowhere
their
near,
level.
nowhere even close. No, of course not. But when you think about how narcissistic he is and what kind of choices he'll make to
he's a
better his own
narcissist, yeah.
situation, I think he's more narcissistic than some of those people. And I think
Well,
that his
than Hitler,
decision
really?
making,
Hitler, come on.
no, not than Hitler. I said than some of these people. And no, Hitler was exceptional. Hitler is not comparable yet. But the thing is that the lack of any kind of logical process to many of the decisions he makes brings a very stark similarity to Hitler, because Hitler toward the end would make decisions very rashly with high levels of consequence, and like the same level of rashness is being applied by Trump to decisions of less consequence. And I'm shocked by it. I'm shocked by some of the decisions he makes. Like, I'm really surprised. But whatever. He's doing what he's doing. It's not near as bad as though these other people have been worse in life. so far. And it's not as bad as Putin, who is doing the worst in the world right now at this moment, period. He just is. It's kind of undeniable.
You
And the
think
fact
Putin
that,
will eventually take over Ukraine?
no, I do not think that at all. I
How do
don't
you
think he
think
has a
that's going to play
fucking
out?
prayer. Well, I think that Putin's leverage on Trump is diminishing or becoming almost nothing. And he's been trying to use it to get as much as he can out of this situation. And Trump is trying to pretend that he is not complicit, but they have to get it ended. Otherwise, Putin is going to lose because he doesn't have enough money. It will happen like that.
Well, let me ask you this,
But I
because
do
my
think, though, that Trump wants Putin to be successful in this. I do think that Trump's ties to the Slovenian culture are very different than ours. That we'll never understand what his true motives are. We'll never
what if I
understand
were
it.
to tell you that Russia can't afford to end the war because their whole economy is focused on the war, and all of their fucking economy is focused on the revenue and paying people through for the war to do the war. So, like, if they ended the war, their economy would collapse.
It wouldn't collapse if Trump gave them an out by giving them a bunch of trade opportunities and the ability to build new things, which is normally what happens when things do collapse. It's going to have to be one or the other. That's what he's trying to pull off here, I think. And it's not just him trying to pull it off. Right now, Putin has Trump, right? This is the only Russian-friendly president that has been around, all right? None of these other presidents in America have even entertained the idea that Russia's a friendly place. Yes, Biden just let Crimea get taken over, but it's not Biden's country to protect. It's Ukraine's country to protect.
That
They
happened.
failed.
No, that happened.
That was
No,
Obama.
that
I'm
happened.
sorry.
No,
It was
that was
Obama.
Obama.
It was Obama. I'm sorry. It was not Biden was the vice president. It was Obama. They still it was them. They fucked that up. If they fucked it up, I don't know. It's
Vice
not their
president has
place
no
to do it.
power when that
No, no,
happens,
no.
though.
I'm not blaming. It's their administration though. But
Sure, but the vice president has
I'm just
no
trying to fucking
influence.
say when it happened. All right,
Okay, I'm
it did
sorry, go
happen then, and it was Obama, not Biden, that the original Crimea invasion occurred during, and that was so quick and well done, and not obvious and stupid like this one, that nobody really could react to it until it was too late, and
Well, it
when
almost
they
worked, though.
didn't
It
react,
almost worked.
what?
It did almost work. They almost took everything, all the
They
way to
almost
Kiev.
got Kyiv. Yeah, they almost did. They did the
They didn't
same
quite get
idea.
it. It was very lucky that they didn't really.
It wasn't. It was a bunch of heroes that made that happen. There's a whole story behind that airport and everything that went down.
But I'm saying
to
it was
stop
very
that from
close to
happening.
falling immediately.
It was. It was almost a complete takeover by Russia. Yes, but now it's not. And
Now it's not. Yes.
at this point, they can't realistically do it the way they were planning on doing it before. It's just not going to happen like that. And they had Trump, and I think that Trump is more willing to appease their takeover than Biden and Obama were. And Obama let it happen without any incident. And Biden did not hostilely react as they built up their shit or pretended to do their military exercise or whatever. None of that shit prompted any response from NATO or any of that. Like, it could have been a whole different situation. NATO could have just come up on the fore and been on the other side ready to fuck people up when that buildup started happening as another military drill, but that's not what happened. It didn't
would
go
be
down like
interesting
that.
to hear, because Trump talks about how it wouldn't have happened if I was president. Okay, but why? What would you have done different? He never.
Well, if they
says
would have
that.
built up military forces
know, but he
as a
never says.
military exercise, as a response exercise, is what you should call it.
Sure,
call it
but
a
he never
response
says that.
exercise.
He never says that. He just says it would have been different.
No,
How
no,
would
he
it have been
doesn't
different?
say it. No. I mean, the truth is, though, I think that Putin has some kind of pull against Trump. It's not the same as the thing that they tried to make up about him peeing. It's not the peeing thing. I don't think
golden
it's him saying
showers?
the N-word. I think that he did say that a bunch of times, but I don't think that's what he
Trump?
just did.
What are we talking about?
I think that Putin is understanding things about Donald Trump that could harm his position enough that Trump wants things to go Putin's way. I
Why
think
would you? Why do you think
that
that?
I think Trump wants to think that Putin is his friend. Why do I think that?
But
Because that's what he
what
says.
do you?
Trump's
Okay.
words.
Well, here's
That
why I disagree with you on that.
okay,
I
go
don't think
ahead.
Trump wants to look weak by allowing Russia to win the war. He thinks that would make him look weak. He never wants to look weak. Why
Mm.
would he? What would he get out of them winning? That you like? He'd be happy about it.
No, no, no,
Like
no, 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 no,
publicly,
no, no, no,
like
no, 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 no,
publicly.
no, no. I don't think Trump wants any of that. I think Trump has to appease Putin to a point because I believe that number one, Putin, that Trump wants to be Putin's ally more than anything.
To accomplish what? What does he
Economic
care?
change, actually. That's really what I think. I think that's what Trump wants more than anything. Look at his life. Look at the people he's fucking fraternized with, married, all this shit that he's done in his life. All right, he
cares
is
about his
not like
legacy,
me.
though.
He's
He
not.
doesn't
He's not
wanna
like
let
me.
Russia
He's
win.
not honorable. He doesn't keep his
I know,
promises.
but he cares about like his legacy.
He cares
does he not?
about the Slovenian culture, like I care about the Japanese culture. Okay, that's what it is. It comes down to the fact that he's embedded in it personally.
Okay, let me ask you this. How does Russia winning make a strong America?
It doesn't.
Okay, then why would Trump
Russia's
want
not going to win here. Russia's going to get a better deal than they would. It makes a stronger Trump.
Than they
I
would
still
with
think that
Biden?
Putin has something.
Really?
I still think that Putin has something that Trump wants for some reason to make him want to appease him. It's
Okay, you never
obvious to
know.
me. It's not never no. I mean, to me, it looks
Okay, but
like
what is that
there's.
then? You're
I
the
don't
one
know.
making the claim.
Obviously, that's in Putin's back pocket over here. It's not all the
wants the
crap people are
resources.
saying. What?
Trump wants the resources in Ukraine. You know this.
Trump wants the resources in Russia. Do not mistake what Trump wants.
No, he
He
doesn't.
wants. Yes, he
No,
does.
that's wrong.
He
No,
wants
I'll
to
tell you why
trade.
it's wrong.
Why?
It's wrong because we don't need their fucking oil. We don't need Russia's oil.
He doesn't want their oil. He wants their people. You're wrong. He wants
Trump
to set up
wants
American
Russian
businesses
people?
in there. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He wants their land. He wants to set up businesses there. Yes, he does. That's what
How
he
would
wants.
that help?
That's what he's
How,
always
though?
wanted.
How
That's
does
what
that work?
Melania wants.
Tell
That's
me
what
how
they
that,
want.
Tell me how that happens.
It happens by
How?
them making trade agreements with Russia and property agreements. By taking
creating
and
a weak
by
Ukraine
destroying
for them to take
sanctions,
it over?
by tearing sanctions down. That's what it is. That's what
But
Trump
they've
wants.
increased the sanctions.
I guarantee you he does. I don't know. I don't have a link to his soul or anything, but that's what Trump wants to do. Trump wants to lower every sanction. Trump wants to normalize relationships with Russia. In fact, I think Trump would even normalize relations with North Korea if he could. That's what he wants. He's a very simple man. And I do think, though, that he also... I think that Putin has some kind of leverage.
Buying their fucking resources. Germany and other countries are. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Say again what you're saying.
I'm saying the countries buying Russia's resources are China,
are Germany. Yes.
Germany.
Yep.
Other European countries.
Right. Yep. Those are resources.
We're not buying them.
We're not talking about resources. I'm talking about land and people, mostly people.
What are you talking
Those are human
about?
resources, not natural resources.
Explain to me what this means, what you're talking about. I don't even know what you're trying to say.
Look, by
How
bringing...
is Trump getting something for Russian people in the Russian land? What does it even mean?
No, it's setting up American franchises.
Ukraine somehow?
He's trying to set up puppets in Russia to do work for American companies. Duh.
There's no way he's got puppets being set up in. First off,
he doesn't now. No, we're not normal relations. He wants to normalize relations. This is what he wants. I swear to God, he does.
First off, well, you're underestimating. Can I tell you this? Well, you're underestimating.
Am I? Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I'm a libertarian.
What am I? I am too.
You have some libertarian leanings.
I think I lean more libertarian than anything else. Period.
Okay. So you may know this. The presidency is thwarted by the power of the intelligence agencies, when it comes to subverting other countries, toppling, like creating puppet governments. The president might have like some opinions like, hey, I want to do this. And these intelligence agencies are like, oh, yeah, that's great, Mr. President. But in the background, they're doing all this fucking, we're going to change the government here. We're going to change the government here.
Yep, deep state shit. Yes.
We're gonna make it hard for this candidate to win in this country by doing this.
They are doing their operations. They're supposed to
but the
brief the
thing is-
president. They're supposed
I know,
to.
but the thing is, what I'm trying to get at, what I'm trying to tell you is,
Mm-hmm.
I think you're giving too much credit to the presidency on these kind of
I am
things.
giving more credit to Putin, not to the presidency. What do you mean? I'm
What
not
I'm
giving the
trying to say
presidency much credit at all.
What I'm trying to say is what you're presenting is like President Trump is going to influence this country to do that. And what I'm trying to tell you is his influence comparative to our CIA and NSA and FBI is like nothing. And I don't like it because the whole point of the presidency, how the founding fathers set up America, was to control the foreign policy in these countries. But what's happened is that now we've got these intelligence agencies that run over, or what do you call it, rift shot or whatever you call it, over the presidency's foreign policy. He has no power. They don't even understand how they're being influenced by these agencies and how the information and intelligence is being flowed.
That's possible.
It doesn't come to
Possible.
them. Doesn't come to the president. Like they just keep things from them.
That makes sense. That sounds like it sounds like something that's real. That sounds real. But what
So
about
I think
it though?
what I'm trying to get at is that I think you're over applying the power of the presidency for
The
things
presidency's
that
power is still extraordinary. That he can
It is
launch
extraordinary,
the military.
but-
He's still the military's number one. The amount of power he has is actually ridiculous. He's
No, but you're talking about-
he's overstepped the actual written powers of the presidency and gotten away with it over and over again.
What,
It's
with tariffs?
extremely powerful. Not just tariffs, all over the place. The Venezuela stuff. Don't even get me into it. All the
No, I
different
know.
things he's done constitutionally incorrect. Whether they're high consequence or not is another thing, but they're
I
out
agree.
there. They're very bad precedents that could have high consequences in the future, in my opinion. Again, libertarian point of view here. It should be, if it's not a libertarian point of view, what the fuck? But these powers to just strike people should not be only
No,
with
they
this
shouldn't.
one.
You're attacking a foreign power. The Congress should be involved, but they're not.
Exactly. Congress needs
The
to be
problem.
involved with that. That's what I think.
But that's a precedent that has been set over and over and over in the
know, I know,
last
I
like
know it
20
has.
years,
I
and
know,
it's a
I know.
problem. But how do we roll that back? It's almost like we need a constitutional amendment. But as you know, that's very difficult to do. That's like a 10-year
That's
process.
very hard. Constitutional amendments only happen once in your lifetime. I might not even have one in my lifetime. Do I have one? Do we have one in our lifetime? I don't think we do. I don't think we've got one.
So it's like almost what you
I think
need.
the Civil Rights Act was like the last thing.
I don't remember what the last amendment was.
I think it
That's a
was
good
something
question.
to do with civil rights, with Constitution amendmenting.
But
I
the
think.
point being is the presidency shouldn't be involved in striking foreign countries without congressional approval so often.
Agreed.
And
Ever.
it should only be like a very emergency. It has to be done in the next 2 days because we don't have time for Congress to convene and come up
No,
with
it
this.
has to be a defensive act.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm getting at.
That's
Let's say
what
like
it
the
should
SS
be.
Cole was attacked.
It
And
should
we
be
get to attack
defined
some
like
pirate.
that.
So the SS Cole is attacked. We wanted to strike some pirates off the coast of Yemen. Okay, fine. That's
Do
a
it.
2-day action.
Boom.
Do it. But it's like, no, but when you go beyond that. to
No,
just,
it's a
like-
defensive action. Defensive action should
That's
be
what I'm
at
saying.
the
That's what I'm
behest
saying.
of the president.
So you know the SS Cole, right?
Yes.
So it was a Navy ship that was attacked
Yes.
by Al
yes,
Qaeda.
Yes.
So you're going to have a defensive action. We're going to respond. We're going to attack here.
Immediately.
That
Yes.
makes- so, but this
The president should be able to authorize that
I mean,
without
that
Congress.
doesn't make any sense. That doesn't apply to that at all. That's what I'm getting at. So I agree that this is an overstepping of the executive.
Yeah.
power.
Those are the kind of things where Trump does it, and not to great consequence, but setting precedent that could in the future absolutely fuck us. I don't like it.
But he's not the first president to do it, though. I don't think he gets
I know
off
he's
scot.
not. I know he's not the
But-
first to do it.
but
He's doing it very
Obama did
egregiously
it.
in multiple areas, though, in ways that
Obama
have
did
never
it.
been done before.
What I found very surprising was that I thought George W. Bush was a really bad
Contesting
president.
the election results, I still think, is one of the worst things Trump ever did.
Well,
the way he did that.
In the great scheme of things, I don't know. But let's move. But what I'm going to say is, we're stick to military. So then, once George W. Bush was gone,
Trump's military policy is pretty good. It's hard for me to.
It is, except for
this Venezuela shit. Yes, exactly.
I don't know what's going on with that.
I don't either. I don't understand what his deal is. I think it's personal, though. That's what I feel. Get the feeling. That's why I don't like it. I don't like it. I get the feeling it's personal.
But if it doesn't expand for what it is now, at least
it's fucking personal. He's such a bitch. That's the thing I don't like about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It feels so personal. It's fucking Venezuela, for God's sakes. He has a beef with the guy. It's so stupid. It's like there's drugs coming from everywhere, especially Canada. Excuse me. But like not that I don't have a problem with it. Thank you, Canada, by the way. But like, what the fuck, though? And this is not even like hostile action. Drugs are not.
No, it's not a military.
The drugs are drugs. They're stupid drugs. I could do them right in front of you. They're legal here sometimes.
Like one of them, they said like there's like 9 people on board, like a tiny ship, and they blew it up. It like made no sense. It's like fucked up. And then if you're willing to convince me that your fucking constituency, if you're willing to show me some sort of like, here's what we know or an intelligence we had on them, but they don't show it. So it's just like, well, just trust us. We're blowing up the right people. We promise. They're like, okay, well,
I don't like that at all either. But even if they did show it, like, what the fuck? Those are people.
At least it would be
arrest them. Goddamn, give them a trial for God's sake. What if someone's kidnapped on that bitch? Like, you're just not being responsible, of course.
If you think it's so important, like we just said,
well, I mean, do unto others, right, as you would want to be done to yourself. As soon as we start doing this shit to people, or do it to us, we'll be fucked.
So yeah, instead of blowing them up, like you just said, if you're so sure that you have good evidence that these are drug ships, you should send in the Navy SEALs and commandeer that fucking shit.
Yeah, fucking arrest them. You could sell it on the black market.
Blowing them up is a whole different story. Like now there's nothing. There's no evidence. There's no nothing. But if you're so sure you have good intelligence, you should be commandeering that shit with the Navy SEALs. They'd be happy to do it.
I'm not defending fentanyl. I think people should do what they want to their bodies. Fentanyl is super dangerous. Don't do it. But I at the same time though, we gotta understand that people are fucking seeking drugs because they're trying to escape misery, and that's or explore unknown reaches of their mind. It's one or the other. They're either trying to escape something or they're trying to discover something. Either way, they're not trying to hurt people, right? They might hurt themselves, so that sucks for them, and we're not trying to poison everybody. But fucking look at like the crimes being committed around the earth. And do the United States military really need to be going there rather than to prevent the slavery, the human trafficking, the real problems, big problems, like the fucking ass problems we're not even willing to face, the slaughter on the front lines of these fucking giant wars.
If you think you're in the right, put your own people there instead of shooting a missile down the boat and blowing it up with a drone or whatever they're doing. If you're so sure that you're right, then get some Navy SEALs out there, actual people that they grab up on the boat, they pull themselves up like fucking Metal Gear Solid style.
Put them in jail and be like, here, look at here's the drugs you had. Put it on display for the whole world to see.
Risk your people if you're so sure about it. But the thing is, I don't think they are sure about it. They're not sure about it.
I think they're just trying to cause a stir. I think Trump's just saying, do it because I don't like this guy. I think it's because he doesn't like the guy.
I don't know the reason.
I don't either.
I don't like it though. I think it's stupid.
I don't like it at all.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
If
we're blowing up people.
If you're so sure
with our
risk
military,
your own people, then risk the Navy SEALs. They'd be happy to do it. Like I said, I bet they'd be happy to, like,
that's
crawl
what
up
they
in there.
dedicate their life to. They are happy to do it. It's true. They have done
But-
worse also. They have done
But
much
if you're
worse.
just shooting missiles at these things, I feel like you're trying to hide something. You don't want to actually bring these people to justice. You don't actually want to. You know what I think it is? They should be able to prove it's happening by commandeering one of these boats. But
There's
they're not
more
doing
to
that.
it than they're saying there is too. There's something more to it.
Of course, there
But
is. They
I
never
think
tell
it's
us there
actually
isn't.
just a personal beef. I think it comes down, this is just my guess. I think it comes down to Trump just not liking someone to this point. Yes, I do. It just seems very petty. The whole thing still feels petty. It doesn't feel effective. It doesn't feel anything but petty to me. It doesn't seem to have purpose. It's missing the element of everything except for pettiness.
Well, to me, it's like, why don't they care about proving that they're right by taking one of these ships and bringing it back? Like, see, it was full of drugs. You know what I mean? They're blowing
Even
it
then,
out of the
there's
water.
ships full of drugs fucking everywhere. I have a fucking closet full of drugs. Who cares?
Okay,
Who
but at least
cares?
show it. At least
Why
commandeer it
fucking
and
blow
show
people
it.
up
That's what I'm
over it?
saying.
They're not even our country. It's not our laws. In Amsterdam, people are fucking shooting up on the side of the road. It's fine. They're doing that in fucking Washington State as well. What the fuck kind of hypocrisy do we have that these people with the boat are gonna get fucking killed for it? That doesn't make sense. It's fucking stupid. It's just fucking stupid. That's all. Gotta fucking call it. It's dumb as fuck. It doesn't
I'm
make
just
sense. There's
at
something
least
else going
choose-
on.
Instead of blowing up all 4 boats or whatever, how many have they blown up? 4 at this point?
Way more than 4. Way more. I think it's
How
like
many?
I think it's like 10. Let's find out how many. Let's find out.
What I'm trying to get, that instead of blowing up your 10th ship then or whatever, why not try to commandeer and show everyone that you were right? Like, hey, look, this one, instead of blowing up, we risked some Navy
5.
SEALs' lives. So I was right. I was closer than
It's
you.
not
4.
clearly and totally documented, but we have
I said
confirmed
4.
5.
You said 10, so I'm closer.
You are closer, correct. If I didn't know it was a contest, but you have won that one.
Yeah,
Yes.
I want to win. I want to win. Do I win?
Yeah, if it was a contest, you would have won it. Unfortunately, not a contest, but you definitely would have won that one.
But I mean, the thing is, why don't they care about proving they're right? I mean, risk some Navy SEALs' lives because,
I love
like
how
I
we're
said, I
talking
bet they're
about
willing
this,
to
and
do
it's
it.
like HIO the whole
And
time.
if you're willing to kill these people without any kind of like repercussions on whether you're correct or not, you need to risk your own people's lives to commandeer if you feel so
I
vehemently
mean, that's
about it. If it's
noble,
so
but what
important.
I say is different. I say if you are anywhere in the realm of obstructing a country that's not American people's rights, you had better be fucking sure to be as nice or nicer to them than you are to your own people. And they're not fucking gunning people down from the sky for fucking delivering drugs in this country. So why the fuck should they be gunned down like that?
Well, I'm pretty sure American drug dealers not bringing drugs into Venezuela. At least not very many.
Right. I mean, they go to jail, though. They go to court. No matter what you're trafficking, if you've got a semi full of drugs, if you've got more than the boat had, if you've got fucking farm full of drugs that are illegal, whatever you have, you're going to court. You're not going to fucking just get shot unless you shoot first. It's just the way we do things until now. And it sucks. And why does another country get it worse? It doesn't make sense. And where's the line? Like, as soon as the other countries stop getting rights, then we stop getting them, right? When's the missile coming to us? When's it going to be my fucking van because they think
we're
there's
the
drugs
top
in
dog.
it?
We're the top dog, so we do what we want.
Well, we're the top dog until the top dog, like, again, what if America's government thinks that I am the bad guy or my van is the bad van? What if it's wrong as well? What if they think my van's the bad van, but it's actually some other motherfucker driving the same fucking black ass van, and then boom, I'm dead because someone thought I had drugs in my fucking van. That's bullshit. Can't be having that shit. It's
Yeah,
the worst possible outcome.
Well, I'm just saying that's why they do it, because they know they have the best military. They can get away with it. What are you
Of
going
course
to do
they can
about
get
it?
away with it. Yeah, of course. I mean, they do it too. They've been doing it. I mean, I'm not going to say that there aren't precision strikes that are done personally for personal reasons by Obama. There were. It's just the thing is that Obama has something called tact. And when he would make those kind of decisions to make personal strikes, military strikes, ones that may or may not have vested interest of the United States in mind, right? He would do that without making it super obvious and making it a continued action that took forever. Trump is sitting here like pounding the ground and making it a huge deal and making it very obvious that it's a personal problem between him and the Venezuelan leader, and that it's not something that every American person should be concerned about.
How many
He's
people
really
do you think Obama killed in Yemen?
a bunch. And I think none of the American people gave a shit about it because he
I
had the
know.
tact. He had the tact to frame it in a way where he didn't make it a long-term conflict that he had. He didn't make it personal. He didn't stick it in a way that was
Focus on the making a personal thing too much. To me, it's just like, oh, how much damage? What's the body count?
right. Yeah, exactly. I agree. But that's not what it's about. It's about the reason. And the thing is, when you go back to that Obama action, which was just as bad in my opinion, honestly, and I think I wrote papers against how bad it was, if I'm not mistaken. But regardless, it might have actually been a different person. It might have been Clinton that I wrote the papers about. I think it was Clinton.
Well,
Regardless, it was
though,
Haiti. It was Clinton and Haiti. But regardless, it's all the same. There are people doing these actions. They're military actions that are done without Congress acting, right? I don't like these ever. So this was really egregious, and it's still going on. It's not stopped. And it's very much obvious that it's not just some action that's being done for our interest, you and me. That's the issue. And it's being, I feel like they're trying to pretend it's something that it's something else. It's just what it feels like. It's my instinct.
well, one difference I will, in my opinion, because obviously I'm not fucking psychic, I'm not clairvoyant, I'm not all knowing, but there's something mysterious that seems to happen between presidents getting into power. And before they get into power, they're like, I'm not going to do X, Y, Z. I'm not going to allow the military to do this, the intelligence agencies to do whatever they want. I'm going to get in. I'm going to change things. And they get in. This dove president, like Obama, for instance, you're like, all right, well, maybe I don't agree with everything he does, but he seems to be like he's going to push back against the military and the intelligence agencies on, all these people incarcerated, without due process that are there in Guantanamo Bay. He's talking about, I'm going to close Guantanamo Bay. I'm going to get rid of it. This kind of bullshit that's going on. I'm not going to allow the military to do whatever they want. And then he gets into power, and then it doesn't happen. And then it expands the military actions around the world. And you're like, what the fuck? This guy was coming in talking about how there wasn't due process for these people in Guantanamo Bay. He's going to shut it down. He doesn't shut it down, expands government presence around the world. And you're like, how does that happen? And with Trump, that still happens. You think you have a president who's like, I'm not going to start wars. I'm going to try my best to resolve conflicts. And you do see a lot of instances of that with Trump. I'm not going to say, with all we talked about with Venezuela, I think his international policy with war has been fairly good, except for that.
Trump is
Except
just
for Venezuela.
He's just made this personal, and he's being an ass.
I just think with the exception of Venezuela, his international policy has been pretty good.
There's been no war. There's been no war from Trump.
But
there's only been operations. And operations, though, in this case, though,
he
are a
bombed
little
Iran. He did bomb Iran.
He did. It was an operation, though. It wasn't war. It's very different.
So like the difference between like Obama and how many bombings he did in Yemen, it was like constant, every day, every week. It was just ongoing all the time. And like they just didn't talk about it. Like, oh,
No,
whatever.
nobody
he's
cared. Exactly. That was the
whatever. He's
issue.
just bombing stuff all the time, every week in Yemen. You're like, okay. What about Syria? Yeah, he's just bombing shit every week, every month in Syria. Like, so are we at war with Syria and Yemen? You're like, no. But he gets to bomb every week, every month. You're like,
Yep.
okay, but what?
We're calling it a special military operation.
At least, I mean, I don't like
right?
what he's.
It's the
Trump
same
is
thing,
doing.
right? It's the same bullshit Putin does. It's the same bullshit.
But well, why
We're all
is
fucking
it that
drinking
we
the
have,
Kool-Aid.
What
I
I
don't
was
know
asking
why.
when you got up was like, why do we have all these presidents talking about how they're not going to be compliant to these military actions and then
Well,
intelligence?
they're
needs to
clearly
get in the
not
office and
powerful
they
enough
just.
to take them on, first of all, for sure.
But why?
Why? Because it's just one piece. One human versus a million doesn't work, ever.
Why
It just
couldn't
doesn't.
Obama close Guantanamo Bay? Tell me that.
I don't know the actual reason for that. That's a really good question. It's a really good question. He wanted to.
He campaigned on it.
Yeah, but
And I
I'm
agreed
guessing
with it
the reason why
because
is because
that
Guantanamo
place
Bay
was a
does not
terrible
belong to
place.
America, and that there had to be an
Well, we
agreement between
license it.
Cuba.
We kind of like
I think
license it or
there
whatever.
has to be some
We
kind of
pay them
agreement, though,
to
that
use
they
it.
couldn't get. There was something that he couldn't do, clearly. I don't know what it
Why? He's
is.
the
I have no
president.
idea. But whatever it was, he couldn't do it.
Foreign policy is in the purview of the president.
I would love
And
to
that's
hear Obama explain that, actually. I'd
I
like to
would.
hear
I
him
really would
explain
like
it.
to hear that too.
I would love to hear that, because I can't really put words in his mouth. But I'm guessing there was some issue with Cuba, is what I'm guessing. But I have no idea.
You're the commander in chief. You're in charge of foreign policy. The president should be able to close a fucking government base like Guantanamo Bay with the powers he has.
Should be able to.
And he said he would.
But he probably didn't have the power to do it. I'm guessing there was something along the way where it wasn't there.
I could type it into.
If that's not the
DuckDuckGo.
case, then he has some reason why he changed his mind. I'd like to hear that too. I think his reasoning for changing his mind is bullshit, and that's also my opinion. If he did change his mind. So interestingly enough, we were supposed to be talking about itch.io and not drug fucking cartels. I should have a good graphic about drug cartels.
There
I
are
don't give a
articles
shit
about
about
it. Why Obama has
The
failed to
most I can
close
do is just
Guantanamo
sit
Bay.
and hit this vape, which doesn't have anything left in it. So it's like, why hit it? Oh, arigato gozaimasu.
And I'm just saying it's somewhat suspicious to me how you have some of these presidents, they get into office, they're like, I'm going to do this, the
Domo.
big military policy train,
Hi.
and they get in there and they can't do it. They just can't do it for whatever reason. And they don't tell us why. And it's like, why do these agencies seem to have so much power? Like these permanent agencies, because the president's only for 4 or 8 years. And they have all this power, yet they can't do it when they get in there. It seems like. And it's like, why do they change their mind? Or why do they not do it once they actually get into power? It's interesting to contemplate.
All right, so do you know about itch.io?
That's where they host homebrew stuff for like NES
Yes.
and other home stuff like
It
that.
is an indie platform, exactly. They have, in 2025 July, which is just a little bit ago, they de-indexed thousands of not safe for work adult games from their site because Visa, MasterCard, Stripe, and other advertising platforms and payment platforms raised concerns to them that were a result of a lobbying group in Australia called Collective Shout over a violent game on their platform. Have you heard about this?
No.
Okay. So anyway, this happened. This campaign happened from Collective Shout over this game. And the move ultimately caused the itch.io to take action because they were facing a pretty strong financial backlash from this action. They were going to lose sales significantly from what I understand. So what this did was it made a bunch of porn games unaccessible. So this campaign happened. Visa and MasterCard said you need to get this shit off your platform or we are not going to process your payments. And they took all the adult titles off of itch.io, and a bunch of free speech people and ironically a bunch of people who are I forgot what the word is. LGBTQ plus. That's what the word. It's not a word. It's an acronym. LGBTQ plus people.
An acronym.
And creators specifically were marginalized by this change, and the backlash happened, of course, by them not being able to produce and distribute their content anymore. They lost their money. So by around July, August, September, they started to re-index them. It was actually September, not July. Around September, they started to re-index the not safe for work content again, and it searched for safer payment options for the stuff that is paid. So what they did was at least the ones that aren't paid, the free ones or the pay to win ones, I guess, where they have in-game content or whatever that you can buy, those ones are back on there, but they're still actually being returned slowly onto itch.io because of this shit. So the discussion point of this is, do we want, first of all, any government in control of what is listed on publishers? And that's what this is. It's a publisher. It's not a distributor. A publisher that is giving games for pay and then taking a cut. That's publishing. Should they be allowed to take this shit off because of one country's laws? Like, what? Where does it come down to? Whose
That's
rights
a very
are whose?
complicated question.
This is really complicated. It's not. I'm not even asking a proper question. What do you think about this clusterfuck? That's my question. This is a clusterfuck.
I didn't quite follow it all the way. So why? What was taken down? Not suitable for work.
All of the not safe for work content on itch.io was taken down. If it was all taken down at first, and then they restored in about a month.
We did this story at one point, didn't we? Something similar.
No, we have not covered this. This is new.
Okay.
Although it's been around for a few months, the fact that they're restoring the access to a lot of this, but not all of it, is the story right now. So they've gotten all of the free games back on there that are adult games. So now you can have a free adult game on itch.io. Is you could go get your porn, but you can't get paid porn on there. So it's really weird. And we've talked about the Georgia rules where Pornhub won't even allow you to do age verification. You can't even put your ID in there because they think it's such a wrong thing. They just won't let Georgians go on Pornhub unless they have a VPN. So we talked about that. We talked about these porn rules. But MasterCard and Visa going specifically after itch.io for video games with violent content because of Australia is what this particular story is about. That's what happened here. There was a violent video game that was aggressively pursued by Collective Shout, a lobbying group in Australia. They succeeded. And that group had a law passed that caused Visa and MasterCard to express concern about the fact that itch.io were providing these services, and Visa and MasterCard just said, we're not going to deal with you because we're in violation of Australian law. So they stopped dealing with itch.io. And it's a bullshit situation that one nation's laws are fucking with an entire financial system's policy. That's fucked up.
Well, it kind of reminds
I've
me
always
about
hated
how it kind of reminds me about how Apple stopped doing the lightning cable because the EU
Yep.
passed something to where they can't use the lightning cable. Like, fuck it, then everyone has to not have the lightning. We're not gonna have one market this, the other market this. Fuck it, we're just gonna have Type C for everything. So it reminds me of that. It's like,
It does
it's too
remind me of that, but I
complicated to
don't think
have
it's
two different
right.
markets.
It's wrong. It's not right. I don't think it's right when people fucking say you can or cannot do this or that, especially if it's one fucking country and then a bunch of other countries have to do it. Fuck that. It's already bad enough, these states and doing it and shit. It's bad enough. Fucking leave people alone, god damn it. What the fuck is with all this shit? You just leave everybody alone. God damn. I mean, it's fine that we don't murder each other and shit. But if you want to fucking watch some spanky ass fucking video games or watch some violent video games, then fuck them. And I guarantee I'm going to have to deal with Australia. Personally, I know I am. They're not going to let me sell my shit there. There's no fucking way those bitches are going to let me sell my shit there. So they're not going to get it. It's so shitty. But I'm not going to sell it there. I'm not even going to try. Then Visa won't be able to fuck me over.
But Visa's business model was fucking people over.
It is. I'm just gonna let the kids version only be on sale for Australia, and the kids version's half price of my game, so they'll get that, and then they can fucking get a better government, and that's my fucking personal message to them. And my real game will have a special mode just for Australians. You can go there, and the AI will talk to them about how shitty their government is, how they can help affect positive change, so my game can be on sale in their shitty country. Because their country is shitty for that. It is. They're a bunch of fucking criminals. They all went from England's penal colony. They should fucking embrace violent games and stop this nonsense. The fuck do they think they are? The things they do to the fucking native people of their own fucking continent fucking pale in comparison to the shit that they're outlawing in these games. Fuck them. Sorry.
That's why. How do you feel about Australia?
That's how I feel about them. Yeah, I have real personal opinions about Australia more than most people. Also, their fucking Nerf gun regulations are horse shit. They're fucking
Kuso Games is living in Australia.
Wow, you live there.
So
I love
earlier.
I love
They said
Australian
earlier.
people. Some of my best friends are Australian. But anyway, yeah, your government's fucked. You know that though. You already know it. You already know your government's fucked. I'll even say it fucked, just the way you're supposed to say it, because it is. It's fucked, mate. Anyway, that's what the fucking itch.io article is. There's so much more. Do you have the fucking energy to go on?
No, I gotta go. That's
I
late.
thought
It's
you did.
2:20.
It's 2:20, so I'm gonna let you fucking give me a
there's
raid
Tanuki
target.
Juke. It's in your chat. This guy is playing Mass Effect. He's got 5 viewers. He's got a weird face. His head is completely. Well, no, he's got a mustache. He's got a very smooth, shaved, fucking head.
Kaio's
Blue eyes.
obviously looking for me. She came over here with water. That means that she's hoping some action will occur. I'm gonna go ahead and appease her. So that's gonna be excellent.
Is that what you call it?
Sure. In this case, it is.
All right, Moose in a Cup. I'll see you later.
Moose in a Cup. Have
Stay
a good.
tuned.
All you
for this
motherfuckers,
raid.
not just Moose in a Cup, have a fantastic night enjoying this fucking raid of whoever the fuck this is. Peace. Thank you for fucking hanging out with me tonight. Too much fun. I appreciate it.
No problem.
I'm going to make more use of this music thing. I can't believe it's a real thing. I can't believe it. I just discovered it literally like fucking 2 hours before this happened. I was like, holy shit, I can make it do this. And it started working and I was just shitting myself. I literally was shitting myself, man. I can't believe it. But anyway, I'm going to see how fucking wild I can make it. I think I can make the characters play the instruments and stuff. I think I can make this go absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Well, let's see. We'll explore how it goes.
All
All right.
right.
I'll see you later. I gotta go.
Good night.
All right. Bye.